He's checked in. I don't think they want to play him a whole lot.
Well, he's an all Pac-10 linebacker from last year. They call him the Assassin. Was not in there on the first series.
Darren Boyer, number 26 now, is in the backfield for Illinois, replacing Thomas. Jeff George sets up, spins around, goes outside with it, trying to get out there with a little one-on-one for Mike Bellamy. And the senior wideout is going to work his way up near the 38, 39-yard line and pick up a first down before Cleveland Coulter got it. Cleveland Coulter, of course, is the young man at strong safety who hurt the knee a year ago and is starting this season on a tender knee. But Bellamy's the kind of guy, he'll go right to you. He'll test you.
He's got a lot of speed, and I think you saw right there with Jeff George, not only his footwork, but the quick release that he has. Had to throw around a defensive end. Nobody was blocking him, and George is 6'4", but very agile and a very quick release.
All right, Sean Wax comes out now as they go double wide to the bottom of the picture. Wax is the speedster joining Bellamy out there. George hands it off instead. It goes to 26, Boyer, the 200-pound redshirt freshman from Ontario. And he crosses midfield, and the ball is now on the Southern California Trojan side of the field. First down at the 47 before Spears brought him down.
Scott Ross, number 35, the linebacker, in on this series. We mentioned he was all Pac-10 last year. Gets a good hit on the blocking back, Griffith, but doesn't make the tackle. And Boyer makes a nice run. Keith Jones graduated last year, led this Illinois team in every offensive category.
Ken Thomas is back in, number 6 now, joining Griffith in the backfield as they split the backs. Pair of wideouts. George, that little quick whip to the side. It goes to number 1. That's Williams. And Williams is dropped inside the 42, so it's a pickup of close to 5 yards. He throws it sidearm, but he does whip it, doesn't he?
He throws it quickly, and you're seeing a wide open Illini offense. The last 2 first downs have been passes. John Mekovic, as you take a look at Stephen Williams, 9 straight years, a Williams brother has caught a pass for the Illini. Mekovic calls the plays, and he wants to get on top of Southern Cal, doesn't want to get in any long yardage situations.
It is second down. Ball is near the 41 of Southern California. George, 4 out of 4, 4 different receivers with a deeper drop. Oh, got the pressure, ducked under it, but they still get him. Ball comes loose. Southern California may have it. They do. The hit. George fumbled. The Trojans recover. Dan Owens is going to make the first contact here.
Good coverage downfield causes George not to throw it when he wants to. Then the first man gets him, and Ryan, 99, knocks it loose. And Chesley, 53, recovers the football.
So 2 of those 3 big guys got in on the action there. Owens and Ryan. And the Trojans now, when it looked like Illinois was building a threat, will take over first down at their own 49-yard line. Give it to Aaron Emanuel over the right side to the Illinois 47, where he is brought down by Derek Brownlow, one of the inside backers for the Illini, a junior from Indianapolis. 8 minutes, 15 seconds to play. First quarter, no score. For these 2 defenses, it might be possible to play a week and not score.
Smith had one of the best defenses in taking the football away from the opposing offenses last year. We ranked in the top 10 in the country.
Marlon Washington, number 27, checks in at a wide out for Southern California. Leroy Holt, the fullback. Emanuel is deep. Holt has to the 45 of Illinois. They've got to go just inside the Illini 41 to get the first down. Steve Glasson, the other inside backer, made that hit.
One of the key matchups all day, Mo Gardner, number 95, just to the left of your screen in the orange helmet. They're going to be double teaming him all day. He slips one, the center goes around it, gets a piece of the tackle. That is going to be a key matchup all day, and if Southern Cal is going to want to run anywhere inside the tackles, they're going to have to stop that man right there, Mo Gardner.
All right, let's see if young Marinovich is going to get a chance to put the ball in the air here. Yep. Got some heat, and down he goes, and the pressure and the tackle made by Julian Brown, a sophomore from East St. Louis, Illinois. He just kind of stepped outside the block and suddenly was looking Marinovich right in the eye.
Oh, Buju, they call him. That's his nickname. He's majoring in mortuary science.
I beg your pardon?
Can you major in mortuary? I didn't know that.
That's what he said.
4th down. Stephen Williams standing back. Here's the punt by Dale. Not quite as prodigious as the last one, but a fair catch forced because of the height of the kick. And Williams puts it down around the 18-yard line. Where it's 1st down, Illini, no score. 6:24 to go, 1st quarter.
This is the shop of Samsat Bazaar, a thriving establishment on the outskirts of Bangkok. Unlike other international executives, he has no phone system, no computers, not even a fax machine. He does, however, enjoy one modern and efficient service nearly 4 billion people in 175 countries today can take for granted. UPS. We run the tightest ship in the shipping business.
How do you keep a major city running smoothly? Atlanta does it with Quaker State Motor Oil. In every fire truck, every police car, every Atlanta city-owned vehicle.
The big Q stands for quality.
Fancy perfumey aftershave. It's got to be a quarterback's locker. Real guys who get mud on their uniforms use rugged, honest stuff. Ice Blue Aqua Velva.
There's something about today's Aqua Velva, man.
So you still think linemen are dumb?
Did you know that Buick ranks among the most trouble-free American cars? Don't take our word for it. According to one measure, a survey of thousands of new car buyers conducted by J.D. Power and Associates, Buick LeSabre is the most trouble-free American car. And the classic Buick Riviera is the most trouble-free American luxury car. We think there's a new symbol for quality on the great American road, the sign of your Buick dealer.
Keep putting it back and forth. Illinois now is going to start with the football with 6:24 to go in the 1st quarter, just beyond their own 18-yard line. Thomas lines up in the deep back. Now they split as Griffith goes to the left side. Jeff George sets him under quarterback. Has double wide, top of the picture. George straight back, deep drop, throws the ball over Junior Seau. Incomplete pass. Ken Thomas just simply didn't catch it. The ball was thrown well. It was a little loop over the head of the charging linebacker to set up a screen, and there was a lot of vacant acreage out there for him to run. He just didn't catch it.
Thomas, the redshirt freshman, did not play last year. Makovic told us that he was going to play several halfbacks in this situation. Thomas Boyer's already been in there, and he has 2 true freshmen that we're probably going to see before the day is over.
Thomas out. Griffith the lone back. Trojans may have been trapped in the neutral zone by the change in cadence. The ball is given to Griffith up across the 25, falls ahead with the 26, and I think USC's defenders got caught in the neutral zone. Gordon Reese, the referee. Trojans offside.
Offside, USC. Picked up 8 on the play.
Jeff George at the line of scrimmage. You know, the man, that's Horde, number 66. People often wonder why, if the man right there in front of the ball, how can he jump off sides? He doesn't move until the ball moves, but he is the one that you can pull off the easiest because of the inflection in your voice. He hears you better than anybody else, and obviously George did a nice job that time on Horde.
Horde had just gone into the ball game, replacing Cruzet in this defensive series too, so he probably was
a little excited, huh?
Yeah, loaded with a little extra edge of adrenaline there.
Horde says his favorite player was Merlin Olsen. Played for the Rams. Said when Merlin was a boy, his father played for the Rams, did Hordes, and said when they was a young boy that Merlin played Santa Claus. He was one of my idols.
Well, if you're going to have one, that ain't a bad one.
That's for sure.
All right, 2nd down and 5. And back Goes George to throw. Has time. Whips that thing up the middle. And he sidearms it. And somebody along that defensive front going to have to stand up sooner or later and start slapping at it. Frank Hartley made the catch, and there's a Trojan shaken up on the play. That was a pretty fair collision because you could hear that all the way to the upper reaches of the Coliseum. I cannot see the number. I can't tell you who it is. Could be Spears. Could be the cornerback. We've got a timeout for the injured player. We've got 5:42 to play in the first quarter. There is no score in the football game. The defense is so far dominant.
When you fly in United, you're probably not aware of the 60,000 professionals working to make your trip easy, or the way our new advanced terminals speed you on your way. Just as when you use the American Express card, you're not really thinking about all the services that make frequent business flyers rated best for travel and entertainment. You don't notice these things because they're there, but you would notice them if they weren't.
Leaf by leaf, nature tells you it's time for fall cleanups. But first, get everything you'll need from True Value hardware stores. This True Temper lawn rake with steel tines is only $3.49. And get tough Service trash bags, just $2.77 a pack. A Master Mechanic 25-foot power tape rule is only $7.99. And the waterproof Tough Light by Garrity is just $4.88. In the fall preview circular from participating True Value hardware stores and home centers.
The Fighting Illini of Illinois have played USC 10 times in their history, but have not beaten the Trojans since their first meeting in 1935, when they prevailed 19-0 in Los Angeles.
When you give away 75 pounds, you oftentimes will go thump. And that's exactly what has happened here to Ernest Spears. It appears that he just had his bell rung. Have a look at it. It's just simply a collision, and football is a collision sport.
Well, Hartley, the tight end who caught the ball. And there you heard the collision. Hartley weighs 265 and Spears weighs 190.
So Spears is out of there now, and Deshaun Burns, a redshirt freshman from Riverside, California, is in the lineup. And Illinois owns the football, first down. Just over their own 29-yard line. Lovelace snaps the ball to George, and dancing into the middle, finding some daylight, is Darren Boyer, 5'10", 200, Mississauga, Ontario. He's got some quick feet, boy. He works those feet. It's hard to nail down. Final score, Detroit beat Kansas City. That puts a little bump in KC's road, trying to stay in the hunt in the West. And the California Angels are fading away now.
Yankees have won 5 straight over California.
Baltimore desperately needing a win to hang on in the East, staying a game behind Toronto. Boyer and Griffith are the split backs behind George for the Illini, and Jeff back to throw. Looks and whips. He's got a man on the sideline. The pass is good. Pass is caught by Sean Wax, a junior out of Rockford, Illinois, and good for another Illini first down.
A simple out pattern by Wax, number 88. Be the left side of your screen. Let's look at the protection. George goes back 5 steps. The protection is pretty aggressive, and a nice out pattern and a nice throw. Wax 6'4", big target. Howard Garner on the tackle.
That is the 6th different receiver that George has thrown to. They're a yard short of midfield, first down. Staying in the air. Not much room to run it. George dancing around, finally finds somebody, and it'll be good for a yard pickup as he threw the ball to Darren Boyer with 4 minutes and 25 seconds to play in the first quarter. Los Angeles beat Houston, so the Astros are really struggling right now. St. Louis staying alive in that East. You know what? I'm telling you, Whitey Herzog has done a spectacular job this year with the St. Louis Cardinals. Trojans get to pick up the first down. Illinois has the ball, second down and 9 from midfield. No score. George back to throw it, gets pressure, gets it away, and the pass is off the fingertips of number 6, Ken Thomas. No score first quarter. The defenses have been dominant. Southern California, as we just noted, yet to pick up the first quarter of the ball game. Neither team is really at a threat.
Illinois with 5 first downs, Southern Cal with none, and the impressive thing is 7 different receivers have caught a pass for Illinois. I think it gets back to Makovic, his play calling and keeping Southern Cal off balance.
Third down and 9. They haven't really gone deep. Let's see if they choose to here. Out of the shotgun. Nope. They'll go to the sideline, and they're lucky to get it back. Very lucky to get it back because Wayne Garner had his hands on it. Pass intended for Howard Griffith. If Garner catches it, see you later, 6 points.
You look at the pass protection. Horde 66. Williams 54. There's Garner, number 9. The ball is thrown behind the receiver. As a defensive back, you won't get many opportunities better than that to pick one off, and he knew that if he could have intercepted it, he was gone.
Mankhausen in for his second punt. First one was good for 40 yards. There was no return. Lockwood waits for it back at the Trojan 10. This is a good punt. High hanger. Oh, it takes an Illinois bounce and is going to go dead inside the 5. He hit a dandy 7-iron. 47 yards and spun it dead around the 4-yard line. 3 minutes and 35 seconds to play in the first quarter. Well, next Monday, the 20th anniversary special of ABC's Monday Night Football. A lot of memories, should be a lot of laughs, unless they've edited it too much. And then we kick off the 20th anniversary season of ABC's Monday Night Football with that old classic rivalry, the New York Giants, Washington Redskins from Washington.
Should be a great game.
All of it starts at 8, 7 Central, and 6 Pacific. Trojans now got to work with their own goal line, got to wiggle around and find a little room, and they'll get about a yard on that carry out to the 5. Here's Mike Adamle. Microphone's not working. All right. It's in the Eagle. From the 5-yard line, second down and 9. Marinovich gives to Aaron Emanuel. Emanuel's up to the 9. Emanuel in his senior year, he came out of high school, heralded, highly recruited. Everybody thought, hey, here's the next Heisman Trophy winner at tailback. It hasn't worked that way. He's had a lot of trouble. He's been up and down, and he's caused a lot of his own grief. Ernest Spears now is sitting up. He's all right, I guess, huh? I presume that was to be the substance of Mike Adamle's report that we didn't get.
He seems to be all right, was the word that we get.
Third down and 5. Marinovich, the left-hander, rolling right. Gets it off. That's no good. He's out of bounds. John Jackson is standing out of bounds. John thought he had his feet in, but he did not. He had his feet out. But he certainly was open, so they'll tuck that one away. And remember, the little rollout action tends to clear some territory. Huh?
Tells you a little bit they're not afraid to have Marinovich throw the football. It doesn't look pretty, but it gets there. Jackson obviously thought that he had both feet in, and obviously one of them is on the line, but a good effort both ways for Southern Cal. Just didn't make it.
John Sr. passed by today. John used to be a coach here. Now JJ's playing. He's working on his MBA right now. Young John.
Used to coach at Illinois also.
Yep. Out of the end zone. He got a good piece of that one all the way back to the 38 of Illinois. And this is Stephen Williams. And he comes back to the Illinois 48-yard line. So Young Dale delivers a 54-yard punt out of the end zone with a return of 9, and the clock stops with 2 minutes to go, first quarter. Hardly clouds to be seen on the Los Angeles bases today. USC campus is just a few blocks away from the Los Angeles Coliseum. It's not been a very hot summer, actually, in Southern California this year. Not many of those 100-degree days. All right, Griffith and Boyer in the backfield now for Illinois as they get the football. Very good field position this time. Their own 48. No score first quarter, and let's see what Jeff George will do this time. He takes that deep drop and goes deep down the middle. Too long. And his man, Stephen Williams, had broken free.
Just overthrew it just a shade. Williams had gotten in behind the safety for Southern Cal. That's Carrier. There's the first time they've gone long all day. Take a look right here. That's Garner, number 9. He's behind the safety. It stretches him out. At least it tells the defensive back, hey, you better cover deep because we will go long on you.
Scott Ross checks back in, replacing Tulio at linebacker. And George hands off. Ball goes to Howard Griffith. And Griffith gets over midfield for a pickup of a couple of yards on the carry. The clock running at 1:40 to go in the first quarter. Southern California's offensive effort so far very conservative. It's going to be 3rd down and 8 for Illinois. Luke Petratus now, second fullback, checks in. So maybe they want to go deep here out of the shotgun because they got 2 big bullies in there to protect the quarterback. His protection is good. He hums it down the middle. And Dwayne Garner, for the second time in the ball game, has it hit him right in the hands and doesn't hold it. So George trying to go down the middle. And when you throw that way, your offensive front has got to give you a tunnel.
Well, he usually slides around to where he does have an opening between his offensive linemen where he can throw it between them. Most of the time you are throwing it between them on a shorter pass and then over them anyway.
So Minkhausen is in to punt for the Illini. His 3rd kick, 40 and 47 on the first 2. That's sort of a knuckleball. Scott Lockwood's going to bring it back from the 9. Out across the 20. Lockwood, a tailback, brings it out across the 23, and there's a penalty flag, and it came kind of late. Well, let's see what Gordon Reese and his colleagues will have to say about this. The split crew, Frank Strocha out of the Big Ten, Jay Strickert, Pac-10 head linesman. Line judge is Don Langlow, Big Ten. Personal foul, and it's against Southern California. Richard Snell of the Pac-10 is the field judge. The side judge is Henry Armstead of the Big Ten. Back judge is Jim Fogeltantz of the Pac-10, and the alternate Fred Gallagher of the Pac-10. I asked Larry Smith in talking to him this week if he felt the youngster Marinovich was ready, and he said this about Todd.
Well, I think he is. He's a unique young man from a standpoint that when we were recruiting him, one of the reasons why I really wanted him, I felt that he understood the Trojan tradition more than anybody in the country because he was born and raised in a Trojan family. His dad played here. His grandfather was a big booster. His uncle led a national championship team. And the guy, it seems like he'd been prepared to be a Trojan all of his life, and he really understood that.
All right, now after the personal foul, the ball comes back to the 12-yard line, and the Trojans have 3 wideouts in the ball game. Give it away up the middle to Aaron Emanuel, and Emanuel now shows a little muscle as he bangs out around the 19. So he picks up 7 on that carry. By spreading out the secondary with those 3 wideouts, that opened up some room inside for Emanuel. There's Marv, who played on that 1962 national championship team, John McKay's first year. And there's the red-headed young'un. 2nd down and 3. Scott Galbraith the tight end. He does not get the call. Emanuel gets the ball, and the Illini get Emanuel all the way back at the 15-yard line. So that Illinois defense is bunched. And, you know, they had indicated they might want to take on Streeter and Williams, Bob. Well, they've been trying it, and
they're playing very well. That's for sure.
Quarter's over. We've played 15 at the Coliseum in L.A. No score between USC and Illinois.
There's finally a little guy that does everything the big guys do. Introducing Minolta's Maxim 3000i, the world's smallest, most affordable autofocus SLR. The first easy little camera that does it all with any lens. And big camera technology in a small body means results that are absolutely incredible. The big little Maxim 3000i.
Only from the mind of Minolta.
How much insulation do you have in your attic? 3 inches? 6 inches? Well, the Department of Energy recommends R38 for most American homes, which is equivalent to a foot of Owens Corning pink fiberglass. So grab a ruler and measure your attic insulation. Then get rolling, because 12 inches of pink fiberglass can help you get a foothold on your energy bills.
Do you ever notice what you get first when you rent a car at most airports? A bus. So why not go where you can rent a new car and save money? Take the bus to Thrifty Car Rental.
Enjoy great luxury and great savings at Thrifty. Rent a new Chrysler New Yorker, just $36.95 a day with a 7-day advance reservation.
Thrifty, a lot of car rental company. For incredibly little. Call 1-800-FOR-CARS. Who's he doing now?
I'm State Farm Agent Jim Cornwell. When I first insured John and Susan Rager, I told them my job was just beginning. Now there's a new car in the family, a new home, and a new Rager, John Lawton. We just got together for a family insurance checkup. That's State Farm's way of helping you keep up with all your changing insurance needs. Because if you're anything like the Ragers, things can change pretty fast.
And like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
As we go to the second quarter of play, that Scott Goldberg, who is one of the better tight ends in the country, has not seen the ball as yet today, and I expect sooner or later they're not going to remember that. Marlon Washington, number 27, is coming out wide to the right, and J.J. Jackson goes to the top. There's young Todd Marinovich going into his second 15 minutes of his varsity career. Back he goes to throw the ball. Better hurry. Gets it off over the middle. Short underneath Patterns. And Jackson delaying on the sideline, hooking back in the middle, picked it up. Greg Borsall brought him down.
First quarter statistic, the total plays 18-11 in favor of Illinois. And again, first downs. Southern Cal didn't make a first down in the first quarter. Passing yards in favor of Illinois in a big way.
And so that pattern, working for Short, comes up about 2 yards short of a first down. And Ron Dale is in for his 4th punt for USC. That's a low kick off the side of his foot. Tail dragger, though, takes an SC bounce. Now comes straight up in the air, and it is put down on the ground. Around the Illinois 37-yard line. It was a 44-yard kick and no return. John Makovic, dapper in his light blue coat. But, John, it's hot. It is hot. So Illinois now, that's made most of the noise offensively in this ball game. They had a man deep. Williams deep down the middle, and George missed him by a stride, amounting to the biggest threat so far. Victor Boley-Williams in the backfield now for the Illini with Darren Boyer as they shift into an I. And George gives it away to Boyer. I'll tell you, that Boyer is a busy kind of a runner. He's a sack full of saws. He's hard to get a hold of.
Yeah, but Cleveland Coulter, number 8, got a hold of him and put him head over heels.
He's carried 3 times for 27 yards so far in the game. Possession starting at their own 37. Pick up of 5. The ball is at the 42. Howard Griffith checks back in. He's the Iron Man in the backfield. Ball is handed off to Griffith. And hanging on to him is Brian Tullio. Bring him down after a yard pickup. Here's Mike Adams.
Well, Keith, we talked about the great Williams tradition receiving down at the University of Illinois, and with Stephen's parents, Barbara and Oliver, they're from Los Angeles area, Hawthorne, California. You don't get too many opportunities to see your sons play.
No, we don't. And we're happy to be here today. We just hope we win.
I talked to Stephen in the offseason, and the thing that impressed me, he carried his brother's football card, David, in his wallet.
Well, that's one of his inspirations. Both of the older brothers are his inspiration.
What is it about you two that keeps producing wide receivers as opposed to running back?
It goes back to when I was a kid, and that's what I was.
Nice to see you both. You look great in your Illini colors.
George with a little flip outside, kind of a help me out of this situation pass, and it works a bit. To Griffith, he was trying to get to the marker. Whether he got there, you can't tell. Let's see where they decide to put him down. As he was dancing along the chalk, they have marked him at the 45. He's 2 yards short. That was one of those things where you're yelling help.
No question about it. He was looking for anybody. You know, Stephen Williams and Mike doing that interview with the parents. David was a 2-time All-American wide receiver at Illinois, and he's currently an outstanding wide receiver for the British Columbia Lions in the Canadian Football League.
Trojans have 10 up. Looks like they might be trying to get after Minkhausen again as Ryan stands back. He doesn't take a real deep drop, gets his kick away, and it's a good one. Calvin Holmes drifting under it, over the shoulder, back to the 10, back to the 12, and down he goes. 12 and a half to go first half. 45-yard punt. 2-yard return. No score between the Illini and the Trojans. Opening game, 1989.
It has arrived.
Good morning, Mr. Graves. This is the all-new 4-door Cutlass Supreme. Your mission is to show the world that it's causing an automotive revolution. Its all-new high-output quad-4 engine makes it a superpower among world-class cars.
This is not your father's automobile.
Hey, head up!
This is the new generation of
Heineken, Amstel Light.
This
so
is
much
it.
better than other
it's a
light
great
beers.
imported beer.
A delicious European
nothing compares
taste,
to the
a
smoothness,
refreshing,
the richness, or the character
distinctive
of a
flavor
Heineken.
that cuts through
its
your
quality
thirst.
comes through.
There's a uniqueness to it.
Heineken is America's #1 selling imported beer. Amstel Light is America's #1 selling imported light beer. Why? Just ask the people who drink them.
If
In
you
my
ask
opinion,
me,
Amstel
Heineken
Light is the best beer there is. I could go
I
on
can't
and
say
on
enough about it.
It's a light
no
beer
matter how
that
many
quenches
beers.
your thirst.
The Miami Hurricanes blow into Madison to meet the Wisconsin Badgers. Or Texas A&M tackles Washington on EBC's College Football Saturday.
A lot of those around this part of the country. Not a whole lot of them that big, though. Pictures coming from the Goodyear Blimp Columbia. Captain Nick Nicolari out of El Toro at the controls. Soaring across the blue Southern California sky. If the Blimp ain't here, it ain't happening, right? That's right. Southern California without a first down so far in this ball game. 12 yards passing, 12 yards running. They start this possession from their 12-yard line. Marinovich pitches back to Aaron Emanuel. Emanuel cannot get much room on the outside. Dropped the football, but he was out of bounds. So that's pickup of about 3 yards. Marlon Primus and Steve Glasson making the stop. Primus is another Californian playing football at Illinois. He's from Carson, a 215-pound sophomore free safety.
There's a look at the outstanding linebacker, Derek Brownlow, leading tackler in the Big Ten last year. Look at his size. He's a little bit smaller than the rest of them. Reminds you a lot of Sam Mills, the linebacker, the outstanding linebacker for the Saints, New Orleans Saints. He's about 5'10", maybe 5'9.5". He likes to be 6. He's 5'10".
3 wideouts From the 15-yard line, the pass is thrown complete to Leroy Holt. Leroy's got a first down. Up across the 31, close to the 32-yard line. So the kid hit one.
Marinovich making the first down for SC through the air. And I think this is what they're going to have to do, Keith. Illinois is ganging up to stop the run, to force this kid to play. And he says, come on, let me play. Call these plays. I can make first downs.
Wellman is a wide out now. Burning speed there. Jackson the other. Ricky Irvins is checked in at the deep back position for USC. And Marinovich keeps it on a good fake. Pitches to Holt, and the fullback steps out of bounds at the 36-yard line. And the crowd penalty flag going on again, a late flag, as the crowd on that side reacts to it.
It should be a clip, if anything.
What it looked like. Split crew. We're not going to have split crews after 1991. We haven't had a chance to talk much about the rules change, the dramatic one this year, of course. There's no kicking tee. Nobody's kicked anything yet. Here's your clip against the Trojans. Second time they've been dinged with a major penalty. First one was personal foul, and now clipping. And I'll tell you right now, Larry Smith standing there thinking, you just know that don't tell me anything about my freshman quarterback, because he's not the one doing the clipping.
Clipping. Offense. Still first down.
Right on the 40-yard line, right there, number 86. That's Galbraith. Hits Glasson, 41 in the back. He's going out of bounds. It's a good call by the official. Initially, you might think the defensive man hit him way out of bounds, but he was hit in the back.
All right, the snap's going to come now from the 21-yard line. Marinovich pitches the ball back. It goes to Ricky Irvins. Irvins a little quicker feet. Gets up across the 25 to the 27. Scott Lockwood is in the position now. It looked for a time that Scott was going to wind up perhaps even the starting tailback in this game. But Derek Gatchett left school, quit the team for personal reasons, and being very thin at fullback with any kind of experience, they decided they would use Scott Lockwood as a backup at fullback and also use him as a tailback, which probably means we're going to see some split back formations for Southern California as we go along. In fact, we've got that right now as Marinovich drops back to throw, rolling to his left, gets it off. Jackson caught it at the 46-yard line, right in front of Quentin Parker. Make it first down at the 47.
Look from ground level. Marinovich, it's a designed rollout to his left. He throws equally as well, going right or left. Nice throw, shoulders upfield. Jackson makes the catch. Ray Dorr, the offensive quarterback coach, up in the press box calling the play, seems to be loosening the reins a little bit, calling some passes for the kid.
3 wideouts now to spread him out a little bit. Give it to Holt, the fullback, and he'll pick up a couple of yards, and that's all. There just isn't a lot of daylight in the middle with Streeter, Gardner, Agee, Brownlow, and Glasson.
Well, Gardner, number 95, right in the middle of the screen, slips the block, and then the men on the other side are going to get there. Glasson, 41, and Agee, 96. I told you the Illinois defense, one of the top defenses in the Big Ten. It's interesting, our conversation with John Makovic. He said 10 years ago, all I cared about was offense. Being in the Big Ten now, the first thing he cares about is a good defense.
Second down and 8. Marinovich back to throw. Gets it away. Throwing underneath. Lucky to get that one back. Number 16, Primus. Almost took that one away from John Jackson. Zitnik, Mark Zitnik is in, a big sophomore, 260-pounder. Sean Streeter is out on that defensive front now, getting a breather for Illinois. It has not been a particularly hot day, like the mid-80s, but down on the floor of the Coliseum, it gets pretty warm.
Not bad, not bad. It's interesting, Makovic, it didn't take him long to learn the fact that in the Big Ten defenses. You got to have a good defense to win that championship.
All right, it's 3rd and long, 3rd and 8. He's in trouble. That's a coverage sack for Illinois. Agee and Zitnik held their ground, but the guys who did the job, the secondary, there was nothing available.
There was nothing open downfield. Everybody was running curls. Nobody was moving across the field. Good defensive coverage by Illinois.
So Ron Dale is in to punt again, his 5th. The best one was 54, the shortest 30, but effective because he was trying to kill it. Gets this one off, gets it up high, but can't turn it over. They'll let it drop, and they're going to pay for it. Well, Garner got a little eager. If he lets it go one more bounce, they got it down on the 2. Instead, they're going to get it around the 7. No score, and 9-10 to go first half.
What's in a name? The Kemper name means the security of solid insurance protection for your life, home, business, and auto, even reinsurance protection. But Kemper's more than insurance. It's Kemper financial products, like mutual funds, annuities, and money market funds, working to bring you better tomorrows, insurance and investments. Ask for them by name. Kemper.
Smooth, mellow, Michelob.
Grandma, isn't this fun? Oh.
I want my Serta.
Get a Serta Perfect Sleeper. The exclusive Serta surface will spoil you for sleeping any other way.
I want my Serta.
ABC's college football. The Fighting Illini of Illinois versus the USC Trojans. Brought to you by the new generation of Oldsmobile. Step into the future, now at your Oldsmobile dealer. And by Michelob. One taste will tell you why the night belongs to Michelob.
We have 9-10 to go in the first half of play and no score in the ball game. Illinois with the football, and they're backed up near their 7-yard line. Officially, they'll start this one at the 8, I guess. Darren Boyer is in the backfield along with Howard Griffith. Behind Jeff George, split back. And George from the goal line whips one upfield, no good. Intended for Stephen Williams. Stephen lost his footing as he made his cut to the outside in front of Garner. This is what the Illini did with the ball in the first half. So far.
Turned it over one time and punted it away every time. It's been a defensive ball game, as we mentioned in the opening, Keith. Both defenses dominating.
Go Tango. No score. Illinois comes up, 2nd down 10, just beyond their own 7-yard line. USC defense trying to make something happen here. The Illini defense has been equally stubborn. His ball is given to Tim Thomas. Thomas, the speedster from Milledgeville, Georgia, trying to get outside, and he picks up maybe a yard. Let's pause 5 seconds right here so our ABC station can tell you who they are.
KESQ TV, Palm Springs.
And the clock running at 8:40 to go as the sun now, as it settles toward the Pacific, casting a shadow up past the 20-yard line here in the Los Angeles Coliseum. 3rd down and 8 for Illinois out of the shotgun. George on a high snap looking right into a very bright sun. Trojans after him in the end zone. My goodness, it's almost intercepted. Holy smokes, the ball was right on the numbers of Marcus Hopkins, and he dropped it.
Well, the point here is that George is looking right into the sun. Look at the shadows. He's looking straight into the sun. It's a screen to the right side. He's trying to hit number 32, just throws it a little bit too far, and Hopkins drops it. Would have been almost a sure touchdown. That at least given his team possession inside the 5-yard line.
Instead, the Illini get to punt it out of the end zone. Minkhausen with his 5th punt. They're going after him. He gets it out of there. High, not very long. They did get just enough pressure on him and forced him to kick it very, very, very high. Downfield, we get a little bit of a ruckus developing because I don't think they knew that the play was over. It's only a 26-yard punt, and the ball is going to be marked down around the 35-yard line. 8:09 to play in the first half, and Southern California now with a break. Very good field position at the Illinois 35. Dodger Stadium is empty. They played earlier and won.
It took 2,000 years, but a revolutionary discovery is changing the way men think about coloring their gray hair. It's called Just for Men, from the leader in men's hair coloring. Simply apply Just for Men, and in 5 minutes, shampoo out. Your gray is blended away, leaving your natural-looking color. 5 minutes. Here, look at me. Just for Men leaves your hair looking healthy and fuller, and it won't fade or wash out. Just for Men, in the men's hair care section.
Patty Schoenfeld is deaf, but an IBM computer lets her talk on the phone. Art Sweet is almost blind, but can read a bank statement. And Madge Pentecost has trouble using her arms, but uses a computer by aiming an infrared beam. IBM provides information about special equipment like this, so more people with disabilities can use their abilities. Write IBM, Box C-1030, Atlanta, Georgia.
I'm Frank Gifford. Join us with the New York Giants head into Washington to take on the Redskins as we kick off our 20th anniversary season of ABC's Monday Night Football.
Next Monday.
Well, there's a young man who's got to be thinking what might have been. But it wasn't. The ball fell harmlessly, but Southern California far and away best field position so far. First down, Illinois, 35-yard line. And we come up on 8 minutes to go in the first half. Moredevich gives the ball to Ricky Irvins, and he takes it over the left side for a little more than a yard. The last time USC was held scoreless in the first half, you'd have to go back to 1987, and that was against UCLA. They won that game. This is what they've done so far.
3 plays and out on the first 4 possessions. The last possession, they moved it pretty well. That Illinois 35-yard line is the best field position by far they've had all day.
Second down, 9. Wellman not seeing the ball today. Moredevich back. Drops it off to Irvins, looking for some blocking help on the sidelines. Finds some, dives ahead, and will have what appears to be a first down. They're going to mark him just over the 25, and that'll be good for another first down. 7:26 to go.
Oh, big upset there.
Connors, huh? How about that? Jimbo Edward in the U.S. Open tennis. Wouldn't that be something? He can find it one more time.
How about Chrissy?
Yeah. That's young as you get boxed around a little bit once in a while. Doesn't hurt him.
That's right. Ranovich 6 of 8 on the day, and I think the feeling with Southern Cal is let's open up a little bit more. The kid's into the game, which was good. Ease into it. Don't let him make any big mistakes. Get his confidence up.
First down. Irvins again. And Ricky running well, crosses the 20, gets to the 18 for a 7-yard pickup, and Marlon Primus brings him down. Well, they're getting down into Quinn Rodriguez country now, too. The Illini defensive unit stiffens up. But the Trojans spreading people out on the field and giving Ricky Irvins now a little bit of daylight. Lindell won his match today, but it wasn't easy, was it?
5 sets.
Buffaloes might very well be a factor in that Big 8 this year. They might win that.
Big surprise.
This is Irvins again, and he's short of his first down. But he still picks up 3 as he moves from the inside the 19 to inside the 17. Henry Jones, the right quarterback, number 18, making the hit there. He's a junior out of St. Louis, Missouri for Illinois.
Number 20, Quentin Parker, the strong safety, flew across the line of scrimmage, turned the play in. This Illini defense, very quick, runs to the ball very well.
They really do run well. Really do. Need 2 yards on 3rd down. Marinovich keeps it. Has the first down at the 10. Well, how do you do? And a penalty flag.
How about a little option for the freshman quarterback? A great basketball player in high school. They said he runs the option a little bit better than Rodney Peete does. Makes better decisions because he was a basketball player, has good feet, good hands, and can dish the ball off very well.
I think it's for naught. I think it's holding. Gordon Reese.
Holding. Offense. Still 3rd down.
3rd major penalty on the USC football team.
Number 72 in the red jersey. Had his hands out a little bit. That may have been what the call was on Moody.
Yeah, but they've got so much freedom with their arms now, Bob. The only way you're going to get called for holding is if you're taking a chunk out of somebody.
That's right, if you got a chunk of it. Yeah. Here's what SC has done. More success up the middle than anywhere else. But they've had the best success through the air.
So now they're looking at 3rd, and Marinovich in trouble, has the ball tipped at the line of scrimmage, and it falls away, and that's going to bring up a decision. Steve Glasson's the man that knocked it down. There's Steve, the senior from Hollow Hills, Illinois. Brings up 4th down, and let's see who's coming. Rodriguez or Runnestrom? It'll be Rodriguez. Quinn Rodriguez, number 11, having to change his style just a little bit this year because they have taken the kicking tee away from him, but he had an outstanding season a year ago and has had a fine career.
Said he likes kicking off the grass. The tee was really putting the ball up too high, and he'd get it up too high. He says he's not had much problem kicking off the grass.
37-yard field goal try. John Jackson holds it, and it's good. So finally, we get some points. At 5:20 to go in the first half. Southern California takes the lead, 3-0.
This way, Mr. Starr.
Okay. Life with me dad's a real scream. He needs a star vehicle like my all-new 1990 Cutlass Supreme. It's a fab four-door. With a hot engine that really screams.
Drop in again, Mr. Starr.
Hello, Daddy.
This is not your father's Oldsmobile.
This is the new generation of old.
1962, the Illini and Trojans met at Champaign. Right tackle for SC, Marv Marinovich, father of quarterback Todd. Coach John McKay, Bethard Bedsole, the Stars. For Illinois, the backup center was a fellow named Butkus. Coach was Pete Elliott. Southern Cal won the game 28-16, went undefeated, voted national champion. 37-yarder by that young man. And USC has taken a 3-0 lead. They'll kick it off now with Runnestrom doing the kicking off. Boyer and Bellamy. Quinn said, in talking about the mechanics of kicking without the tee, as you said, he's happier, just as happy or happier without it. But he did have to change the angle of his foot just a little bit. Pick it up. Runnestrom is number 23.
How about just kicking?
And he belts it. Ooh, that's strong. Boyer way back in the end zone and will not return it. Illinois will have the ball first down at the 20. Next Saturday, the Aggies of A&M, Texas, will be up in Seattle against the Washington Huskies. Aggies came out of the blocks with a big win over LSU. Bob and I and Bob and Larry and a whole bunch of us will be in Madison, Wisconsin, as the Miami Hurricane go north to open their season under a new coach, Dennis Erickson, with a new quarterback. But they've got enough of other folks who have been there before.
They've got a defense, and Erickson, you know, they say Craig Erickson may be the best quarterback of all of those guys down there that have played there.
They'll be right in the hunt. All right, Illinois will go to work. First down at their own 20, trailing 3-0. Trying to go outside with it is Boyer. Now it's Griffith, 29, and Griffith is wrestled down just about the line of scrimmage. There's not a whole lot of foot speed in that Illinois backfield, is there? Boyer looks quick.
Tom Rogeman, the defensive linebacker coach, really gets them going. In fact, it's been said that linebacking core of SC may be one of the best in the country.
You can give Griffith the loss of a yard on that play. Now Boyer drops into the I-back position and has the ball. And he finds a little bit of room, and there's a penalty flag thrown right at the 24-yard line. Normally is going to mean a hold. When the flag comes out of the umpire's pocket, it's almost always hold. Four and a half minutes to go, first half. Get the ball down just inside the 10-yard line. It'll be second down and 20.
This is what Southern Cal did a year ago. Their defense, first in total defense, rushing and scoring, and second in sacks and takeaways. Very attacking, aggressive defense. 10 starters returned from last year's defense.
Too much time.
Like the umpire was pointing at the center for picking the ball up or something. Yeah.
Good ball. Full start. Offense. Still second down.
That's exactly what it was. He picked it up. John has been unflappable so far.
Makovic said this game will be won or lost in the trenches. He knew that both teams, the quality of their defenses, he said this is going to be a smash mouth game. He says you've got to get down and dirty to win this one.
Second down and 25. And they're sitting back on the 5-yard line with Jeff George in the end zone wanting to throw. Does throw and has a man. And he got down just inside. Got 1 foot down. Stephen Williams. That's a good catch by Stephen.
That's a big league throw by George, too. He had to throw that ball all the way across the field, looking into the sun, and he has to throw it over a defensive man. Coulter, number 8. Watch this throw coming right at you. He's got to throw it over Coulter. It's a dangerous pass anywhere on the field, especially coming out of your own end zone.
But he's got it up to the point now where it's 3rd and 12. Well, it's actually a little more than that. But he at least has a little breathing room. Sayal just misses it. Pass too high, intended for Bellamy. Mark got sandwich. Mark Carrier really belted it. So that'll bring up the punt. of the kind of a football game it's been. This is punt number 6 for Brian Minkhausen. 3:40 to play in the first half. Calvin Holmes standing back at his own 40.
Watch out for this one. They may be coming after this one, Keith.
Yeah, they've been trying. Carrier tries to go up the middle, and they pick him off. But again, the pressure forces a rather poor kick, and a fair catch was signaled by Calvin Holmes. So he puts it down at the USC 39-yard line. 43 yards on that punt.
Mr. Ian McKenzie. I'm Angus McKenzie. Ian's moved down the road.
Today, with service to 175 countries,
Oh, you'd be wanting Ian Alistair McKenzie.
UPS delivers to nearly 4 billion people,
Also for McKenzie.
including the extraordinary concentration of Mackenzies along the northeast coast of Scotland.
Mr. Ian Alistair McKenzie.
No trouble finding me, did you, lad?
No trouble at all.
UPS, we run the tightest ship in the shipping business.
New family members mean new responsibilities and new needs for life and health insurance protection. Why not drop in on your MetLife representative to help you figure out what's right for you and your family? Get Met. It pays.
The great names, the classic moments, the incredible plays. Join the celebration. ABC's Monday Night Football 20th Anniversary Special next Monday.
All right, Southern California owns the ball. Todd Marinovich, the freshman quarterback, leading 3-0. I asked him what he did when he found out that he was going to be the starting quarterback. Looking at film, what did he ask for?
How we're going to pick up their blitzes, because no doubt they're going to come after us. And with a young quarterback, I think that's what all defenses do, is want to test them. And so we're really getting ready for that. So.
Well, how are you going to do it?
Keep our backs in and block most everybody. So to give me time, that's a big thing.
Well, that time he ran inside, and the pursuit got him. Mo Gardner brought him down, but actually, Bob, they haven't blitzed.
They haven't. They've gotten good pressure on him without blitzing, but that was one of the things that Smith said he was concerned about, was Marinovich recognizing the blitz, knowing when he had it picked up and when he didn't. And that's a problem for a veteran quarterback as well as a freshman starting his first collegiate game.
Well, he just lost 5 yards on that carry. 3 minutes to go, first half. Second down and 15. Here's a little option outside to Aaron Emanuel. No, it's Ricky Irvins, and Irvins is run down by Steve Glaston and brought down. In the first quarter, Southern California did not get a first down. In this quarter, they have 3 first downs, 70 yards, and it's produced 3 points. The Illini are scoreless.
Glasson is kind of the underrated man on that defensive team. He's a 3-year starter, but with guys like Brownlow and Gardner, A.G., Primus, and the rest of them, he was the second leading tackler on the ball club last year and an outstanding player.
They got a nickelback in there now for Illinois as SC goes to the shotgun. They throw it underneath to Irvins. Nothing but white shirts in front of him, and he will not get the first down. So the Trojans will have to punt it away as they come up short on 3rd down. And that's going to stop your clock. 1 tick more than 2 minutes as the Illini take a timeout. They have 2 remaining. And next Monday, we have the 20th anniversary special. It'll be an hour-long walk down memory lane. That comes right in front of the 20th anniversary kickoff of ABC's Monday Night Football with that old classic rivalry, the New York Giants and the Washington Redskins. It begins at 8 Eastern, 7 Central, and Pacific time here on ABC Sports. Pretty, isn't it?
Got some great shots of Southern California.
Well, that's a museum and the grounds immediately adjacent to the Los Angeles Coliseum. The old Coliseum, of course, the center of a goodly bit of controversy locally these days. Ron Dale now is in for his 6th punt. His first was a beauty. This is going to be a little short, but again, he's going to get a good bounce out of it. And kick it dead down around the Illinois 22-yard line. When they came out for the weekend, John Mackovic detoured from the airport on the way to the hotel. He took his team to the Rose Bowl, and this is why.
Yeah, you know what? I grew up in the Midwest, and of course, a dream as a youngster growing up in that part of the country is to play in the Rose Bowl someday. I didn't get to even play in the Big Ten, so it was still a dream for me. And every one of these young guys practically who grew up in that part of the country has not had that experience. So coming out here, we just thought it might be a nice idea for them to go by and say,
one of the nuances of coaching. There's a pass drill to the tight end, Frank Hartley. The junior from Chicago hauls it in just a little bit short of a first down. Pickup of about 8 yards. And George showing you that he can put a cross on you.
2-minute drill.
He can really pop you with that ball. Strong arm. Ooh. Here now, use 2 hands. Jeff. Oh, there's a hit, but it's right at the marker and short of the first down. Michael Williams hits Howard Griffith with authority.
There have been some great hits in this ball game already. We are less than 1/2 into the season, and some of these offensive guys are going to be looking over their shoulders pretty soon.
3rd and a yard. George quickly. Pass caught. Good to Petratus out of the backfield, and Luke, a senior from Chicago, will have a first down for the Illini at the 38. Inside a minute now, 57 seconds to go in the first half. Southern California leading 3-0.
Timeout, Illinois, number 2.
All at the 39-yard line. The Illini with 1 timeout remaining. Halftime, we'll show you the Trojan Marching Band. Going to visit with Roger Twyble. Look at some highlights. Bellamy comes to the sideline for conversation, obviously to make sure the guys on the field know what the man on the side wants. George over there talking to Mackovic, and Bellamy over talking to one of the other coaches, probably Dahlquist, the offensive coordinator. Nope, wasn't him.
George feels like the past few years he's gone through some adversity. I think he was he matured a little bit, gained some confidence. I think he was a little bit immature when he went to Purdue, transferred schools, they changed coaches. Mike White was there when he first went to Illinois, and then he resigned. John Mackovic came in, and Jeff had to sit out a year. Played last year under Mackovic, and now really knows the system and is really looking forward to the next 2 years at the system of John Mackovic. He likes it, and I think it fits his skills very well.
All right, he's got his first down out of the shotgun. Time, so precious. Rolling away from the pressure, gets it away, and it is incomplete. And Dwayne Garner is the man. That's the 3rd time he has had a George pass on his hands, and he has not caught it.
I don't think anybody could have caught that pass. There was no receiver for Illinois doing anything to get open, to help George when he was scrambling to the left side. He threw that ball so hard that Garner had no chance. He had a chance of those other 2, but not at this one. Garner had an interception last year, so he does catch the ball.
2nd and 10, 47 seconds. Griffith in trouble. Down he goes, back on the 25-yard line. Big loss there, big loss. He didn't have any help. It was a dump-off, and Howard dropped back looking for some of his friends, and there weren't any. And Craig Hartsacker, who is 21 years of age today, helped on the play with Tim Ryan, the All-American defensive tackle.
It was a screen pass, and the Trojans were in man-to-man coverage. Hartsacker was assigned to cover Griffith, and you just can't throw a screen pass of that type against man-to-man coverage.
Trojans call time now. Well, maybe they can force Illinois into a punting circumstance. They got a 3rd down coming up, and at least get a chance to handle the ball one more time.
You know, it's not unusual, Keith, this early in the season for the defense to be ahead of the offense. I don't think there's any team There are not many teams in the country where the defense is not ahead early on and then usually into the season. Simple reason that they just have to be aggressive defensively. Offensively, you have to get your timing. If one man breaks down, it may blow the whole play. So you add on to that, these two teams have pretty good defenses. Look at the play selection. No surprise there. Illinois, we knew, was going to throw more against the tough defense, run defense for Southern Cal. And Southern Cal coming out wanting to run, take the pressure off of Marinovich. But I think they're opening up a little bit more, realizing that they're going to have to throw the ball, mix it up if they want to move the football down the field.
Well, it's third down. They need about 23, 24 yards to get another snap. Ball is almost touching the 25. They've got to go to the 49 to get their first down. Boyer carries, and he is busted right about the line of scrimmage. Trojans will call another timeout, stopping the clock at 15 seconds, so they will get one more handle on the ball, and Spears back in participated in that play. The cornerback that was knocked out earlier. So with 15 seconds, you can get a punt. If it doesn't run around a whole lot, if it happens to be the kind of a punt where you call a fair catch, then they'll probably have time for at least one, if not two plays.
Or you can go for a block punt. You know, they've been trying,
sure.
but
if they have a scheme now, this would be a very good time to spend it, I would think.
Well, they've been trying. Illinois has punted, what, 6 or 7 times, and of those times, they've been close, a few of them.
Calvin Holmes is the deep man for Southern California now, as Brian Mackhausen stands back at his 15. He's had 1 4 punt, 26. Everything else has been better than 40. Penalty flag. They get a little pressure on him. Holmes comes up. He's going to run with it. Loses his footing as he tries to make a cut, but there's a penalty flag, remember, back up in the area, and I think maybe one of the Trojans crossed too soon. I think somebody got started a little soon. Offside, SC.
Offside, USC.
I'll tell you who that was. It was number 19, who was on the outside position, who got going Stefan Pace.
No,
now it's Carrier inside, too.
See, he saw the center. Yeah, he saw the center pick the ball up. And he went when he picked it up instead of when he hiked it. What that is going to do is run the clock out on this next punt. SC won't get a chance to have an offensive play.
Holmes had a little bit of room, but when he started to make his cut and planted with his left foot, he lost it. So it's been sort of a tedious first half. It's been, I think, sitting around here, nobody has gained 100 yards. Illinois and Southern California each.
Still 4th down.
With 97 yards. So you just don't figure this is going to go on for 60 minutes. Sort of a waiting game. Short fuse. Holmes now drops back a little deeper, standing inside his 20. They started the clock once they went into the set position. Illinois not willing to give USC the ball. Once they rolled the clock, they didn't have to snap it, and they didn't snap it, and time runs out. And so it's 3-0 Southern California at the half.
There are a number of ways to get a safer ride, like always fasten your seat belt. Seat belt? And never ride on worn shocks and struts. They can allow your tires to lose contact with the road, resulting in a loss of control and braking. Help your vehicle hold the road.
Hey, I feel safer already. So do I.
For a smoother, safer ride, America rides Monroe.
In search of a killer, he's either found the love of his life.
I wonder how we made it through last night in one piece.
Or the end of it. Al Pacino.
Don't you move!
Seed of Love. Rated R. Starts Friday, September 15th at a theater near you.
America takes a stand on drugs, and every ABC News program addresses the issues. Drugs, a plague upon the land, on every ABC News program this week.
There are big surprises in store. Someone made me drop my ducky. Starting this week, Mr. Belvedere moves to Saturday.
I've been on every diet you probably ever heard of, from liquid protein drinks to just eating chicken and fish and salads to diets that appear to be just like Nutrisystem. Well, I'd lose the weight, but I'd put it back on again. Well, the syndrome finally changed for me when I went to Nutrisystem because they cater to people who like to eat. I mean, if you're in the mood for pancakes or a hamburger, you can have them. I lost weight because you never get bored or feel deprived.
50% off the program price this week only. Call 341-2114 and Rancho Mirage for free consultation this week only.
Prices are sizzling at Electric Car Distributors. Hi, I'm JR, here in our Rancho Mirage showroom. The temperatures are up, but our prices are down. We're overstocked with new and used golf and industrial vehicles, which means now is the perfect time to buy and save. At Electric Car Distributors in Rancho Mirage, you'll find the lowest prices, the largest selection, plus service you can depend upon. Come to the world's largest golf car supermarket for 30 years. Electric Car Distributors in Rancho Mirage on Highway 111.
Cal Ehlers knows sports personally. Get your sports coverage from someone who really knows the games. Watch Cal Ehlers and the rest of the KSQ-TV News people during the KSQ-TV News 6 and 11 o'clock reports.
Dr. Dean Udell, Monday through Friday on KSQ-TV News.
ABC's College Football, Illinois versus USC. Brought to you by Monroe Shock Absorbers. For shocks and struts, America rides Monroe.
The Los Angeles Coliseum, where Southern California leads Illinois 3-0 on the stadium floor right now. Southern California Trojan Band, Dr. Arthur Partner and Tony Fox put this show together for you. Sunset time in Southern California as USC leads Illinois 3-0 halftime. We'll be back with more in just a moment, visiting with Roger Twyvell.
The cost of new homes keeps going up, so paint and fix-up with help from True Value hardware stores. Strip paint from wood indoors or out without gloves or special ventilation. 3M's safest stripper paint and varnish remover is just $10.99 a gallon. And this extra stable 5-foot wood step ladder from Keller is only $17.99. Then apply stains and oil-based paint fast with this Wagner Power Sprayer, just $59.88 at participating True Value hardware stores and home centers.
Eat fish twice a week.
Your doctor knows.
It's good to eat. You want your heart to keep the beat.
Want to stay slim from head to feet.
Get rid of meat. So twice a week, seafood and fish.
Lobster.
Scallops.
That's delish. Haddock makes a lovely dish.
Holy mackerel, try monkfish.
Fillet of sole. So every week, eat fish twice.
Try halibut steaks.
Now that's quite nice.
To cook a fish, take this advice.
10 minutes an inch, that should suffice.
So eat fish twice a week.
It's easy, tasty. I think it's chic.
The official spokesfish now will speak.
Eat fish and seafood twice a week.
The Pacific 10 Conference, comprised of the universities of Southern California,
Oregon, California, Washington State, Arizona, Oregon State, UCLA, Arizona State, Washington, and Stanford. Unparalleled in athletic achievement and winner of more NCAA championships than any other conference, the Pacific 10 stretches from Arizona in the southwest north to California, Oregon, and Washington. Unsurpassed in academic excellence, Pac-10 schools have been providing the best in quality education for more than a century, offering degrees in agriculture, music, art, drama, and dance, as well as the sciences, including medicine, computer science, engineering, business, and law. The Pacific 10 Conference, leading America into the 21st century.
I know it's hard to turn away from something like that to an old goat like me, but I got a fella I want to introduce to you who's going to be very much a part of our coverage of college football starting this year and for years to come, we hope. Younger and stronger than some of us, Roger Twyfel. Roger, nice to have you. What are the plans for the studio show and the coverage of the game this year?
Well, Keith, it's delightful to be here, first of all, and I think one of the things we're going to do more than anything else is give people scores, more scores, and more scores. You know, going around the country talking to a lot of folks what they like about college football and what they like to see in a studio show at halftime when we'll be coming to you, and between games, they want to know what the scores are, and of course some big plays of the day. So that's what we're going to do. You did a bowl game last year with this Illinois bunch. Are they playing the way you thought they might? Well, I saw them against Florida, and I felt that at that time they had one of the better defensive teams I'd seen all year. Of course, Florida had a real good defensive team, but I think that's what you're seeing tonight. What did the old coach say? You know, the defense is always ahead of the offense early in the year, right? But I think they're the people up front, kid in the middle, Gardner and A.G. and Brownlee, those people, they're putting a lot of pressure on Marinovich, and you know, he's held up pretty well. But on the other side of the coin too, George shows a great release, but I think USC's got a tremendous secondary, and they've held them intact. So you know, we've got a defensive game. Yeah,
if they catch a ball, they'll be
well, they're not supposed to catch, right? They're defensive players.
Nice to see you.
Thank you, Keith. Good to be here with you.
He'll be your studio host this year. He's been all over the country for years, working at ESPN, working golf and football, and he's another Jayhawk. We got Gary Bender. Now we got another Hawk here, so they're good ones. They know how to train them in Kansas. Now, coming up this month, some real excitement. I mean, we've got some football games that are just as good as you could ever hope. It's a Fantasyland in September here at ABC Sports.
ABC Sports has your ticket for a spectacular September of top-notch football. This Saturday, we kick off our weekend season of college football with exciting regional action. You'll see Miami take on Wisconsin, or Texas A&M face Washington.
The Hurricanes finished number 2 last season, and they're returning 12 starters. But last year's coach, Jimmy Johnson, has moved to the NFL, and the Badgers are famous for upsets in Madison. On the same day, the Texas Aggies travel to the Northwest to give the Washington Huskies a serious test of their Rose Bowl prospects.
Then next Monday, it's a party you won't want to miss. It's the 20th year of ABC's NFL Monday Night Football, and we're celebrating with the great stars, the classic moments, and the unbelievable plays.
Relive 2 decades of fun, 2 decades of excitement, 2 decades of some of the most memorable moments in sports, all wrapped up in a 1-hour primetime special.
That same night, a classic rivalry returns in our season opener. It's an NFC East war when the New York Giants battle the Washington Redskins. These former Super Bowl winners are out to prove they're ready to regain the championship.
Circle this date, September 16th. It could be the college football game of the season. Last year, Notre Dame won this contest and went out to win a national championship. Later, Michigan capped off their season with a fantastic Rose Bowl victory.
On this Saturday, Bo Schembechler and the Wolverines are looking for revenge as the Fighting Irish and Lou Holtz visit Ann Arbor. Don't miss this one. Notre Dame and Michigan at 3:30 Eastern.
Then the NFL action continues on Monday the 18th as two top quarterbacks shoot it out in Buffalo.
John Elway and his Denver Broncos taking on hot Jim Kelly and the tough Buffalo Bills on ABC's Monday Night Football.
On Saturday the 23rd, it's a day-night college football doubleheader. The afternoon contest features the rebounding Buckeyes of Ohio State at USC.
Then in a primetime special, you'll see what could be a preview of the Rose Bowl when Michigan travels to Pasadena to meet the Bruins of UCLA.
Monday night, September 25th, it's a classic AFC Central matchup as the NFL's Ohio teams square off.
Bernie Kosar and the rebuilding Cleveland Browns face a tough test in Cincinnati as the AFC champion Bengals and Boomer Esiason try to make it back to the Super Bowl.
We end the month with a Saturday college football doubleheader. It all starts at noon Eastern when the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame face state rival the Purdue Boilermakers.
So grab your ticket for the best in college and NFL action during our spectacular September of football right here on ABC Sports.
Hi, Minnie. Disney, the theme of the halftime on this Labor Day weekend, finishing off the final holiday of the summer. Does not make it a happy holiday. All the young folks have got to go to school tomorrow, don't they? It has been a quiet first half insofar as the offense is concerned. The best opportunity for scoring a touchdown for Southern California was defensively as Jeff George threw this ball right smack dab onto the number 2. Marcus Hopkins, and Marcus dropped it. At the 5-yard line, no touchdown, no celebration. And he felt like he weighed 700 pounds when he walked off the field. But the defense has just simply controlled this football game. They have shut the door so far as the Trojans lead on a 37-yard field goal.
Most folks feel cheated when their cereal turns mushy and milk. Crispix is toasted crisp with a special shape that keeps it crispy. In fact, we'll take a break and then you can see for yourself. You guys can watch too.
This is the shop of Samsat Bazaar.
California, it looks like this. Men and women teaching, researching, and serving the region and the nation. In the arts and humanities, in science and medicine, in 21 outstanding professional schools. A century of academic excellence, a legacy of private support. The University of Southern California, leadership for the 21st century.
Tuesday, September 12th, the new show critics everywhere are raving about, called heartwarming, inspirational, and hopeful.
It's a real school again. What if mainstreaming doesn't work this time either?
Sensitive, intelligent, and wonderfully acted.
So help me if you embarrass me.
I'm not going to embarrass you.
The best new series anybody will put on this fall.
Hi, guys.
Hi, Lola.
Start telling your friends about ABC's new drama series, Life Goes On, and the special preview, Tuesday, September 12th.
ABC's College Football. The Fighting Illini of Illinois versus the USC Trojans. Brought to you by the Heartbeat of America, today's Chevrolet. And by Sharp Electronics. From sharp minds come sharp products.
Yes, there is the downtown Los Angeles. There it is, right there. The sun now starting to fade away. Lights are on at the Coliseum. And Bob Greasy, this is where an analyst earns his money.
Well, no, we had this game pegged. We started off the top of the show saying defense was going to be the name of the game, and it is. Can you believe Southern Cal with no rushing first downs?
I can't believe that here 2 teams with a tremendous amount of offensive talent, and they've been held less than 100 yards in the first half, both of them.
Well, 15 possessions, 8 by Illinois and 7 by Southern Cal. 15 possessions, 13 punts. 1 field goal and 1 fumble. Southern Cal and Marinovich, the freshman, has thrown for 65 yards. They've rushed for 32. You know, we thought they were going to be able to run the football and protect him. What they have to do in the second half, I feel, is come out and let him throw some more, loosen him up. I think they've eased him into the ball game very well. Now it's time to go out and see if he can play, but we're going to see a lot of points.
You don't think the Rules Committee is in a state of panic?
I don't think they should run back and do. I think this is just good defense early in the season.
Right. And it may not change. The field goal kickers on both sides may become more and more prominent as the day wears on. As we get ready for the second half, the Trojans leading by 3.
Listen to the heartbeat of America. Listen to the heartbeat of America. Oh, yeah.
The Chevy Beretta Sport Coupe, designed to help you look better, engineered to help you drive better, and priced to let you live better.
The heartbeat of America. Chevrolet.
Well, you're going to like it here. You got a great team behind you.
You sure can't complain about the money.
You putting that bonus to work?
I don't know.
Call my probation broker.
Rock solid.
Just like this club. At Prudential Bates, rock solid means an all-star team behind you, armed with the strength and resources to win.
You think you can win 20 in the majors?
Maybe. Maybe 21. Nice change-up.
Prudential Bates Securities, rock solid, market-wise.
If you don't like the looks of your car, shoot it with Son of a Gun from STP. Shoot the dash, seats, tires, and roof. Son of a Gun protecting. Man, what a difference.
It's 32 degrees, and Jan Trumpeter is learning all about her antifreeze. The hard way.
Why is this happening to me?
Don't push your luck. Guarantee it with Advanced Formula Prestone.
Peerless do-it-yourself faucets come with the total faucet and finish warranty. No other faucet warranty can beat it. In other words, the Peerless warranty really holds water. Now through October 14th, get $5 back.
I'd rather switch than itch. So I switched to Tegrin.
Tegrin medicated shampoo controls all the major causes of itching and flaking. So Tegrin is more than strong enough for tough dandruff like yours.
Wouldn't you rather switch than itch?
Meet some fresh young faces.
We're surrounded by these 5 boys.
With some old familiar names, like Buffalo Bill.
William F. Cody.
Wild Bill.
James Butler Hickok.
And the one they called...
You ain't running things, kid.
The Kid.
Boy, you're gonna be riding 1,000 miles day and night. You're gonna tie these United States together.
What's the matter, kid? Never seen a girl before?
Mark my words. You'll be riding into history.
Coming this fall, the Young Riders.
We have saved the pencils in the first half. 3-0 lead for Southern California. And these are the numbers that produce that scoring.
Well, there's nothing outstanding there. If you're an offensive-minded person, this is like a pitcher's duel. If you love defense, you'll love this. No big numbers anywhere. The thing that kind of jumps out at me is, like I mentioned earlier, the passing yardage for Southern Cal, 65. Rushing yardage, 32. Total yardage is exactly the same. Time of possession is equal. Passing, Marinovich is 7 of 10. Receiving has been to Holt, Jackson, and Irvins. George is 13 of 22.
But it's all nickel and dime stuff.
It is. Receiving has been to 7 different players, and it's just good defense. We mentioned that early, and these are the 2 guys. They have not made any big mistakes, to their credit, with some real good defenses and some attacking, aggressive style defenses that take the ball away. Although George has been close to having a couple intercepted, none yet. Tulio leads the Trojans in tackles with 5. And Mo Gardner and Parker, the strong safety, lead the Illini.
Ball's on the tee, and we're ready to go with the second half of play. Third down conversions, the Illini 1 for 8, and Southern California 0 for 7. Doug Higgins is going to kick it off for Illinois. Doc Lockwood is the man in the middle, standing at the 2-yard line. That goes to Calvin Holmes on the side, and Holmes will come up around the 20. There, the Trojans are going to go to work, and I presume pretty much with the same lineup they started the ball game with. Coaches didn't indicate. One of the interesting guys on that front is Pat Harlow, who was moved over from the defensive unit to play offensive tackle. They needed the body.
Big number 77 right there to the right of your screen was a defensive end. He's a starting offensive left tackle.
So let's see if they've decided to change things any at all in this. Yep, they're going to let Marinovich make up his mind. He started to throw the ball and then goes down in the arms of Brian Williams, who's been a very active defensive end or outside linebacker for Illinois, and he's down just over the line of scrimmage. And I don't think Marinovich put that ball away very securely either. I'll tell you what, Todd's not a gimme. He's 6'4", 210 pounds, and he's been in the weight room and training that body of his all of his life, because that's what his dad does for a living.
Conditioning expert.
He goes to throw it on second down and about 10. Whips that shot into the arms of Aaron Emanuel at the 26-yard line. And that leaves them with about third down and 4.
In fact, Marinovich has been called a test tube quarterback because of a strict diet growing up and a program in which he's worked with several different experts, from nutritionists to psychologists, vision therapists, even a Soviet therapist on athletic mechanics. His father is a conditioning expert and owns an athletic research center here in Southern California.
Yeah, but the biggest worry Larry Smith has is that he doesn't really pick up the blitz yet.
Yeah.
That's a sense. There's a little lob. Pass is caught for the tight end, Scott Galbraith, and Galbraith picks up a first down, and they finally threw the ball to the big guy.
I think way back when, Keith, you were a tight end because you love those tight ends, and rightfully so. Galbraith, a big target, 6'3" and 250, caught 21 passes last year, all Pac-10 center. I mean, all Pac-10 tight end.
That's their first time to convert on third down and pick up a first down. So from the 35-yard line, the ball is handed off to Emanuel. Started left, cut right, runs into 3 Illini and stops. There just isn't any daylight because you got those 3 big down guys, Streeter, Gardner, Agee, and those 2 inside backers, Brownlow and Glasson, really fill, don't they?
And they really do. We mentioned they are right there, the toughest defense in the Big Ten. You got to give Michigan and Michigan State. Illinois is right there with them. And it's tough to run against this unit. They run to the ball well, and they play the straight ahead running very well also.
On the 39-yard line. Handed to the short man. Holt breaks the tackle at the line of scrimmage, puts his head down and pounds for the marker. And I think they're going to mark Leroy just short. Looks like he's got his foot down just short. He had to get that ball up to the 45, and he didn't get there. He's close. We'll have to wait and see. They may want to put the chain on him. Oh, they call it a first down by a little bit, just a tiny little bit. Leroy Holt playing sore. He showed some power there. First rushing first down.
The first drive coming out after halftime usually tells you if they picked up anything at halftime and made any changes.
Marinovich gets it away under pressure, throws it quickly, throws it hard into the chest of Marlon Washington, and he makes the catch.
Pass
Not quite a 10-yard pickup on the play. The big guy snapping the ball for Southern California, Brad Leggett, outstanding football player. His bloodlines are pretty good. His daddy, Earl Leggett, terrific college player at LSU and a great professional.
Now coaching at the Denver Broncos. Was a coach with the Raiders, now over with the Denver Broncos.
Second down and 2. Emmanuel has the first down. Lost the football.
The ball carrier fumbled.
There's a beanbag down, but no indication who owns the ball. There's
sorting it out, aren't they?
There's some discussion still going on. The Illini say they have it. They do. So Emmanuel turns it over.
Good hit right there. It almost has looked like the knocked out by an offensive man. Number 72, Moody, looks like he's trying to help him out and knocks it out of his own ball carrier's hands.
And so Illinois now with their first possession of the second half. Good field position. Their own 46-yard line. Going to try to make something happen. Thomas and Griffith in the backfield behind George. That's Thomas. Well, you're not going to make a whole lot happen doing that because all he did was run into Brian Tullio.
That's just good defense. Williams on the outside, forcing the play back to the inside, and the inside linebacker, Tullio, 56, right there to make the stop. Tullio doesn't even start on this ball club. It's a backup linebacker getting some time today because of the hamstring injury to Ross.
I like that Williams outside. He's a quick outside back. He runs and funnels a lot of stuff into the middle. Second down and 10. A little more than 10. George getting some heat, gets it off. Pass is caught down the pipe over the 50-yard line by Hartley, the tight end. He's caught 3. 11 minutes to go in the third quarter. And let's pause 5 seconds right here for our ABC stations to identify themselves. Thirty-seven-yard field goal by Quinn Rodriguez, the only scoring so far in the game. We're in the third quarter. SC leading 3-0. Illinois trying to mount a threat now. It is third down. And about Jeff George thrown off the hands of Jeff Finke, incomplete. And the Illini are not able to move the ball after recovering the Southern California fumble, and they'll have to punt it away. Bob, that one time he went down the middle with Williams. He had it. He was open.
Well, he went deep with him, and well, he's had men going deep, but it hasn't been there. He reads deep to short. If it's there, you throw it long, and if not, then you come off to your short outlet people, and that's what he's been doing. To his credit, he hasn't turned the ball over. It's frustrating for a quarterback.
Calvin Holmes is doing the kick returning. Block! They finally blocked Minkhausen. It is picked up and on the way for a touchdown. Marcus Hopkins. Hopkins had the ball for a touchdown earlier on pass interception and dropped it. Now he can go home smiling. Rodriguez for the extra point out of Jackson Hole. And Trojans lead it 10-0 with 10:32 to go, third quarter.
Sharp, the only 12-to-1 zoom camcorder, that's who. Sharp, so fully automatic, just turn it on and shoot. The Sharp 12-to-1 zoom camcorder, that's who. While most camcorders stop here, only the Sharp 12-to-1 zoom keeps zooming all the way to here. Beautiful, even in low light.
Marcus Hopkins blocks Sminkhausen's punt. Play covers 37 yards. Conversion good. 10-0 Southern California. Trojans getting ready to kick it off. Now the way this game is gone, there's going to be a little pressure on the Illinois offense to do something. Because you're not going to be able to go very deep into the fourth quarter trailing 10-0 and have a whole lot of hopes to get 2 touchdowns the way this game is going to play so far. Grant Roniston will kick it off, and Darren Boyer and Mike Bellamy are the deep people for the Illini. Bellamy at the 4. Mike comes back to the 25, the 26-yard line.
Look to the left side here. Number 2 for Southern Cal is going to slide through. It's a little crisscross. Comes free and does a nice job of blocking the punt and recovers it himself for the touchdown. Take a look at it from the end zone to the right side. He just slides past. They overloaded the right side. Larry Smith says that in the past couple of years at Southern Cal, the 2 years he's been here, the special teams have been the worst in all of his years of coaching, and he coaches the special teams.
All right, the Illini down 10-0. Try to get something going. The Trojans are on fire right now. Howard Griffith is decked by Junior Seau.
To the right side of your screen. When Larry Smith was at Arizona, the head coach at Arizona for 7 years, his special teams had 28 block kicks in 7 years. And they come up with a big one now at Southern Cal when he needed it.
Second down, 12. Illinois needs a big play to quiet things a little bit here. Pressure coming. George passes away, and it is caught up around the 27-28. You got to go to the 34 to get 36 rather to get the first down. And you've got 9.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. I got to believe, Bob, you got to stretch him vertically. I just can't help it.
Well, you have to throw the ball downfield sometime, even if you don't complete it, just to make him think you're thinking that way.
Here's third down and 8 now. And George works out of the shotgun. That's caught. But he is short of the first down. He caught it at 35. They had to get to the 36. That's a pretty good catch by Mike Bellamy. He caught it in traffic. Well covered. But he's going to be short. Sun going down. Last summer holiday. Now they're going to go on fourth. Unless they quick pick it, they're going to go on 4th and inches. This is a rather critical moment in this ball game, I would say. They give it to Griffith, and he's got the first down. Goes to the 40. They didn't run a sneak either. They didn't go right in behind Lovelace, one of the better centers in the Big Ten. They turned around and gave the ball to Griffith, and he ran a slant.
Ooh, big play there. Southern Cal was across the line of scrimmage. Watch to the left side. They kicked the man out, and Griffith gets up and gets some yardage. Garner not big enough to bring him down. That was a big play right there. Big 4th down call.
Was it ever? I mean, that shows you some gizzard, doesn't it? Holder was in the backfield and got picked off. First down, Illini, 40-yard line. is incomplete, intended for Boyer. Referee threw it, and that's going to be holding. Illinois' passing so far, short, or you would consider short, 25 times. Deep, 1 time.
This number 69, Simpson, on the left side of your screen. Yeah, that's a takedown. He's got his arm hooked. Good call by the referee, Gordon Reese.
Holding. Offense. Still first down.
Ball goes back near the 30.
You know, Keith, we mentioned that he's thrown short so many times, but like I mentioned, you know, you have patterns. Usually you have 1 guy, 2 guys going deep, and there just isn't anybody there deep. But sometimes you got to go ahead and throw it over everybody's head just to kind of get them thinking, hey, stretch that defense.
That's right. That's what I keep thinking. I'm sitting up here. I have nothing to do with it. There goes Boyer. Out at the 30. Deck at the 30. Payout comes away. Thinking perhaps they have claimed the ball, but not so. Moment with Mike Adamle.
Well, Keith, should the Illini be forced to punt on this particular series, USC will not have Scott Lockwood returning punts. In the first half, Scott had dislocated his right thumb. The trainers tried to pop it back into place. It wouldn't stay on its own, so they put that cast on it, and he is out for the game and possibly for the next 2 games.
Oops. He's mighty valuable to this football game. He can do a lot of things for you. On second down, Jeff George rolls to buy some time, looks deep, and gets the pass away to Stephen Williams. But there was double coverage on him. Ross had dropped off. Coulter was there, and so was Carrier. Scott Ross hasn't played much tonight, but he's played some.
Let's take a look now. Here's a man that's going to run a deep pattern. We're talking about this, but he's going to throw it short, but the coverage is there, and he can't throw it deep. Watch the man at the bottom of your screen. He's looking at him first. Keep following him. He's going to come back into your picture. Good coverage. Could have thrown it. The man came out of the middle of the field once the ball was thrown to the sideline.
George getting some heat from Horde. Gets his pass off, and it is intercepted by Carrier. Art Carrier with a diving interception as Jeff George tried too hard, tried to force it, and he lost it.
He's flushed out of the pocket by Tulio. That's Horde, 66. A lot of interceptions when you're on the run. Good play by the defensive back Carrier. All-American last year in 1988 and starting off this year in fine fashion.
Ricky Irvin's now at the tailback position. Oh, come on, you got to throw a flag on that one, guys. Yeah, there's a couple of flags dropped now as there was contact long before the play started. Looked like Mel Agee was trying to anticipate the snap and got caught. Illinois and Southern California are going to have a week off next week. They'll both go back to work the following week, the 16th, with Illinois playing at Colorado and Southern California playing Utah State. So Illinois could actually go into conference play, Bob, 0-2 and be a heck of a football team, I think.
No question about that.
The Goodyear Blimp Columbia floating around up there. An awfully nice bit of beauty today for Captain Nick Nicolari. He's out of El Toro. I saw him Saturday trying to get that thing on the ground, and it was really hot. It was hard. In a couple of weeks, I'll tell you about this in a moment after this play. First and 5. Working hard. is Leroy Holt. Picked up a couple of yards. Let's go back to Mike.
Well, Keith, the last time the Trojans won a national championship, they had a left-handed quarterback, much like Todd Marinovich. His name was Paul McDonald. Paul, your thoughts on what you've seen Todd do so far?
I think he's played exceptionally well. The first quarter, you know, he's looking at a lot of 3rd and longs, and that was difficult. But now he's throwing on 1st down. They're moving him out of the pocket. He's got a lot of completions, and he's building his confidence.
Essentially, you agree with what Bob Greasy said. Hey, let's open up the offense for this kid. He can do it.
No question. I've always agreed with Bob Greasy.
Good idea. Paul, good to see you. One of my favorite guys.
Spinning into the middle of the line, Holt again, and he'll pick up a 1st down near the 30. Paul looked
How are we doing over here, Trojan?
Slim, didn't he?
Keeps himself in good shape.
I was going to tell you a moment ago, in a couple of weeks, Goodyear is going to open up a brand new blimp called the Spirit of Akron to make its maiden flight just before the Notre Dame-Michigan game, which we'll have for you on the 16th here on ABC. Lordy, will that outcome of that one echo all season?
That'll be a big one.
Woo. Did last year and will again this year. 1st down for the Trojans at the 30. Irvin. And about 3 yards for Ricky Irvins. And Irvins has had a pretty good ball game, brought down by Sean Streeter. Coming into this ball game, Larry Smith knew full well that the Illinois defense was going to be a fair-sized challenge. I talked at some length with him about it. And here's a part of what he had to say about the Illini defense.
I think it's very comparable to Michigan's defense that we saw in the Rose Bowl. They're quick, not exceptionally big. Mo Gardner is a great football player. They're very strong up the middle. Both inside backers are super fine, and they're safety primus. They've got the number 1, 9, 11 tacklers, leading tacklers in the Big Ten returning, and they're all up the middle. So I think they're as strong as any defense is probably what we'll see this year.
That was Julian Brown, number 60, putting the pressure on Todd Marinovich, and the pass was incomplete. Now the Trojans are looking at 3rd down and 7. 4:36 remaining in the 3rd quarter. The ball rests at the Illinois 27-yard line. That's Irvins. See, that's the kind of power surge I think that the SC coaches were hoping they could manifest. They were not able to do it in the 1st half, but here now, late in the 3rd quarter, is fatigue beginning to play a role because the Illini are not that deep.
I think that time, Keith, it was 3rd and 7, and they were playing kind of soft, expecting a pass, and they ran the football. There was only a 3-man line. The linebackers were kind of deep, so Trojans are going for it on 4th and 1.
That's a long one, Bob. Long one. Right tackle moved. Trojans' right tackle moved. I think he moved before the contact. That's Harlow, the defensive man who moved over. Defense is bouncing around, but they can bounce around.
Yes, they can, as long as they don't get in the neutral zone and draw the other man off.
But the right tackle, 77, Harlow, was the man that moved on the offensive front.
Harlow's that defensive end, moved over to offense. He still has that aggressive defensive mentality. He still hangs around with the defensive lineman. And what they're talking about is the defense was jumping. The defensive linemen were jumping into the neutral zone. And did they intentionally pull off the offensive man into moving?
Very seldom see that call. It's almost always going to go against the offensive lineman.
Here you have a split crew. You have a Pac-10 and Big Ten crew doing the ball game. So
anytime, guys. We can replay it, but they can't see it.
There's no foul on the play. The offensive man moved when the defensive man was in the neutral zone, and by rule there is no foul. It'll still be 4th down.
Harlow here is the man that's going to jump after these men jump. Now everybody's jumping. Watch the defense jump first. There's Gardner. That's Brown. Something's got to happen. I don't agree with that.
See how you're going to get out of that.
I don't agree with that and never have. The defensive guy sure was in the neutral zone. The offensive guy came down to get him, but the defensive guy didn't touch anybody.
Got to be a foul there somewhere.
Well, it's intimidation, I think. You know what? It's defense intimidating.
Option. Irvin's first down.
Just straight blocking on the line of scrimmage. 95 Gardner doesn't get there. And the speed of Southern Cal and Irvins picks up the first down.
You know what? Ricky Irvins may be sewing up the starting position at tailback.
5'8", 190. Good speed.
First down, Trojans. Ball is at the 15. Irvins again. Caught behind the line of scrimmage. No chance this time. Ball comes loose, but they're going to call him down. He was looking to go. About the time he got the ball, there was a white shirt right there. And he had no chance to do anything except try.
Well, look for Illinois to be blitzing down in this area. They don't blitz a lot, but when you get inside their 25, 20-yard line, Lou Tepper, the defensive coordinator, likes to attack the offense. This is one of the things that Marinovich is not good at, recognizing and picking up the blitzes.
Wasn't that one of the inside guys?
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
Ball is back to the 19 for a loss of 4. Makes it second down and 14. Pass. Jackson. No, incomplete. John's caught a couple in the ball game. Starting tonight, he needed 23 more to break the receiving career record of Eric Affolter.
Well, they got outside linebackers that blitzing on this. Marinovich is quick three-step drop. Jackson had him for a second, but Jones makes a nice recovery and almost intercepts the football. Makovic said that his two corners, Jones and Green, both underrated.
It's third down and 14. That pass is thrown behind John Jackson. Marlon Freemus got his hands on it, but he couldn't hold it. And here comes Quinn Rodriguez at 2 minutes and 26 seconds to go in the third quarter. So Rodriguez coming in for his second field goal try. First one was good from 37 yards, which gave Southern California a 3-0 halftime lead. Block punt and 37 yards run. Marcus Hopkins, the point good, made it a 10-0 ball game, and now Rodriguez trying to make it 13. Good. From 36 yards. So 37 and 36 for Quinn Rodriguez tonight. And it's 2:22. Third quarter. It's Southern California 13-0.
In search of a killer, he's either found the love of his life
I wonder how we made it through last night in one piece.
or the end of it. Al Pacino.
Don't you move!
Sea of Love. Rated R. Starts Friday, September 15th at a theater near you. Smooth. Mellow. Michelob.
Today is different because today a new line of import-inspired cars has come to your neighborhood. They're called Geo. They're sold and serviced by a dealer network that's larger than Honda, Toyota, and Nissan combined. And they're designed to give you years of carefree driving. Today, the 90s begin, and we invite you to get to know Geo. They're just around the corner at your Chevrolet Geo dealer.
The Miami Hurricanes blow into Madison to meet the Wisconsin Badgers. Or Texas A&M tackles Washington on ABC's College Football Saturday.
Well, it's been a good night for Quinn. And that lanky redhead's down there getting a drink of water.
Rodriguez seems to kick better off the turf. That is one of the new rule changes this year with no tee, kicking off the turf. One of the other rule changes is that there were a lot of them, but some of the major ones was when you fumble a football out of bounds, it goes back to the spot of where the ball carrier fumbled the ball, unless it's fumbled through the end zone and the defense gets it at the spot of the foul. So several minor rule changes this year in college football, but only a couple of major ones that will probably come into play.
That's a good high kick. Best one of the night. Darren Boyer. Whoa, look at here. He's got a hold. And he brings the ball back across the 30 to the 35 before Marvin Pollard brings him down. Mr. Carrier, number 7, Mark, All-American. Very busy in that secondary. He's the man who makes the calls for everybody else.
Well, what happens with our defense, we run against a lot of teams like Illinois who have different variations. And that variation won't really go well with the defense we're in. So I have to see and focus and notice that their offense and make a call to the secondary and to the linebackers of maybe a coverage check or a formation check at the same time.
This is Griffith carrying the ball to the 40. Pick up from the 36 to the 41, call it, so make it 5 yards.
Smith says that Carrier is the rock of the secondary. He could have gone anywhere he wanted to, as far as schools, Notre Dame, Southern Cal, there were a lot of schools after him, but he wanted to stay home and play at Southern Cal so his father, who is in a wheelchair, would have the opportunity to see him play and see him play live.
He's thinking about now changing his major, going to education.
Yeah, good kid. Yep. Jim Thorpe, a nominee also.
This is Griffith again, nothing doing. 41, line of scrimmage, down he goes. We're now at a minute and a half to go in the third quarter. Some of the baseball scores, the Dodgers beat the Astros in Houston. The Cubs won today, beat the Mets. Whoa, look at that. St. Louis won. And San Francisco won again, beating Cincinnati 9-8. Giants have a big lead. San Diego, Jack Clark had a pretty good day, didn't he? 7 ribbies. Third down for the Illini. Ball from near the 42. George hands inside. Nothing doing. There just hasn't been any room inside for anybody. That time, Griffith runs into Dan Owens, and Owens takes him down. Dan Owens, coming into this ball game, has batted down, misdirected, or in some way deflected passes 28 times in his career, we're told by the Southern California folks.
Outstanding player, highly underrated. In fact, Chris Allen, the defensive coordinator, said second half of last year, other teams were double teaming Owens and not Ryan. Ryan made All-American. Owens just made All Pac-10. Outstanding player.
Benkhausen gets this one away with no great pressure, but it's a low kick. Calvin Holmes takes it on the bounce after calling the fair catch, and he'll put it down at the 18-yard line. 41-yard punt. And you got 1 tick, 1 second left on the clock. 13-0 Southern California.
Heineken, Amstel Light.
This
so
is
much
it.
better than other
it's a
light
great
beers.
imported beer.
A delicious European
nothing compares
taste,
to the
a
smoothness,
refreshing,
the richness,
satisfying,
or the character
distinctive
of a
flavor
Heineken.
that cuts through
its
your
quality
thirst.
comes through.
There's a uniqueness to it.
Heineken is America's #1 selling imported beer. Amstel Light is America's #1 selling imported light beer. Why? Just ask the people who drink them.
If
In
you
my
ask
opinion,
me,
Amstel
Heineken
Light is the best beer there is. I could go on
can't
and
say
on
enough about it.
It's a light
No
beer
matter how
that
many beers
quenches your thirst.
Before you take a single picture,
before you press the shutter, before you autofocus, before you operate the fully motorized extended range zoom lens, before you place it next to your eye, before you even touch it. You're going to want to own it. The incredible 35mm Infinity Super Zoom 300 from Olympus. When you fly in United, you're probably not aware of the 60,000 professionals working to make your trip easy, or the way our new advanced terminals speed you on your way. Just as when you use the American Express card, you're not really thinking about all the services that make frequent business flyers rated best for travel and entertainment. You don't notice these things because they're there, but you would notice them if they weren't.
Aaron Emanuel comes out at tailback now as Southern California goes to work from its 18-yard line, leading 13-0. Emanuel gets the ball. And he is taken down. In the main, it was number 18, Henry Jones, who got there in a big hurry. He and Brownlow. So the third quarter is over in a ball game that has been dominated by defense at the Los Angeles Coliseum. 13-0 Southern California over Illinois.
I stained this last year, and it's fading already. Why?
You didn't protect it with Thompson's Water Seal Stain.
Look at that cracking. Guess I used the wrong stain.
You did. Only Water Seal Stain contains Thompson's Water Seal. It seals water out, holds color in, for a freshly stained look year after year.
With Water Seal Stain, the next time won't be for a long time.
Thompson's Water Seal Stain. Beauty that lasts at last.
What's in a name? The Kemper name means the security of solid insurance protection. For your life, home, business, and auto. Even reinsurance protection. But Kemper's more than insurance. It's Kemper financial products, like mutual funds, annuities, and money market funds. Working to bring you better tomorrows. Insurance and investments. Ask for them by name. Kemper.
Thursday.
If I were you, I'd warn the other ladies.
Leave them out of it, Acker. It's me you're after. And it's new time. Mission Impossible, then.
Please, put your hands up! Hands up!
Avery Brooks hosts the all-new Trackdown.
The Warehouse. Complete home furnishings at super discount prices. The Warehouse. Where you never pay more than 5% over cost. The Warehouse. Your Sealy headquarters with all bedding at discount prices. The Warehouse. Buy it today and get it today. Why pay more? Located in Cathedral City between Cathedral Canyon and the Palm Springs Auto Center. Just turn off Highway 111 at the car wash onto Bankside Drive for The Warehouse, the best little warehouse in the valley.
Summer's almost half over, and you know what that means. It's time for Toyota and Mazda of the Desert to clear out the 89s, and it's time for the second annual Bob Frink Hawaiian Days. If you're 18 or older, you could be the one to win a round trip to Honolulu for 2, plus 7 nights lodging. So if you're in the market for a new car, or you just want to lay on the beaches of Waikiki for a week, hurry to Toyota or Mazda of the Desert today for details. No purchase necessary, but you've got to hurry. Toyota and Mazda of the Desert.
Geraldo, weekdays at 4.
$13-0 the score. And Southern California's football, second down at their own 19-yard line. 2nd and 9. This is Aaron Emanuel. The old fumble bug bit Aaron early on in this ball game, but he's back in there trying to find the confidence builder. The key play of the game? Well, it happened in the third quarter as we see the stats for 3 periods.
Southern Cal is up their rushing yardage a little bit, their passing yardage. They lead in total yardage, but still, the big play is the punt we're going to see in just a minute.
Punt that wasn't.
Punt that wasn't.
Third down, call it 6. Oh! carry in Brownlow. And Brown is going to stop just short of the first down, and so Southern California's got to go to the front. The key play, here it is. Back in the third quarter, Marcus Hopkins had dropped an interception near the goal line, but in the third quarter, broke free and came up the middle, blocking Brian Makehausen's punt, picked up the ball and raced 37 yards for the touchdown. That's where we are at 13-0, adding the 37 and 36-yard field goals by Quinn Rodriguez. So that's the key play of the ball game so far. Stephen Williams is deep now for the Illini as Ron Dale punts, not get it to turnover, and it bounces straight up in the air, and it will be marked at the 38-yard line of Illinois, and that is his shortest kick of the night, by design at least, at 35 yards.
Today is different because today a new line of import-inspired cars has come to your neighborhood. They're called Geo. They're sold and serviced by a dealer network that's larger than Honda, Toyota, and Nissan combined. And they're designed to give you years of carefree driving. Today, the 90s begin, and we invite you to get to know Geo. They're just around the corner at your Chevrolet Geo dealer.
Most men won't even discuss it with their wives, but when they start losing their hair, they talk about it with me. I say, don't waste your time with those miracle formulas. The Food and Drug Administration says there's no proof that they grow hair. The thing to do is to see a doctor. Doctors have the only treatment programs that are proven to work. Men listen because they know I'm making sense. After all, I'm a doctor.
Only your doctor has treatment programs that work. So see your doctor or call this toll-free number.
In 75 season home openers, the USC Trojans have a record of 54 wins, 13 losses, and 8 ties for an .898 winning percentage.
And as we go to the final period of play, they may add to that winning record unless the Illini can find some way. Punch some holes in that defense. Illinois, pretty good field position, first down at their own 38-yard line, but trailing 13-0. Last time they tried a running series and it did not produce a first down. Now they go back to the air with Jeff George throwing to the sideline. Pass is good up around the 45-yard line to Stephen Williams. That's a couple of yards or so.
Keith, I think what Illinois and Jeff George have to do is think pass first and almost forget about the run. They've tried running. Southern Cal came in this year very tough defensively, especially against the run. Last year, they were #2 in the nation. So I think pass first, draw some screens, and spread everybody out, maybe throw deep like we've been talking.
Second down 3 from the 45. Let's see. Bingo. They go to Griffith trying to run it, and it cost them 2 yards, maybe a little more than that. I mean, it's just a lot of big, strong folks piling up the middle. There's just nowhere to go.
Well, they're slanting. Defensively, the line is slanting. The linebackers are going the opposite direction. It's very tough to run the football against a group as physical and as quick as Southern Cal.
Three wideouts on the field now for Illinois. George back to throw it. Way deep drop. Throws underneath. And there just isn't anything there. I think he got it all right. But as he turned his head to look upfield, Delmar Chesley decked him.
Chesley is a junior. He is the youngest of 7 brothers to receive Division I scholarships. He also has 3 sisters. 2 of those received academic scholarships, and his other sister received a scholarship in volleyball. So 10 Chesleys all attended college on scholarship.
Makehausen punting. Goal line drive. Holmes lets it go, and Calvin mops his brow as it trickles into the end zone. He almost killed that thing deep. 11:56 to go in the game. Trojans lead at 13-0.
It's an ancient art, practiced today much as it was long ago. Nature's grains, pure water, a small, flavorful flour, artfully blended to create one simple, special product. It's older than the written word, as basic as bread. And for 80 million responsible Americans, it means refreshment, friendship, and life celebrated. It's beer, a good part of the good life. A message from Anheuser-Busch.
Listen to the heartbeat of America.
For today's work, today's world, Chevrolet will introduce more new trucks in 1990 than anyone else anywhere. Nobody's winning like the heartbeat of America. Today's truck is Chevrolet.
The heartbeat of America. Today's truck is Chevrolet.
The great names, the classic moments, the incredible plays. Join the celebration. ABC's Monday Night Football 20th Anniversary Special next Monday.
And here in the Los Angeles Coliseum, the Southern California band is tootling away happily as their team leads 13-0, 11:56 to play in a ball game. And Ricky Irvins and Leroy Holt in the backfield behind Todd Marinovich. Marinovich has gone all the way. Good protection. Finally, he drops it off to Leroy Holt, and Holt immediately explodes out to the 30 and the first down. Holt was the safety valve, and after perusing the field, finally got the ball.
A couple things it tells me here. They're not afraid to let the freshman Marinovich pass back up in his own territory. Secondly, good decisions on the freshman's part. Looked downfield, nothing was there, knew where his outlet was. He has not made any big mistakes to hurt the ball club today.
Emmanuel back in at tailback, and Aaron struggling. I mean, that when you gain 7-8 yards that way, you paid for it because he took some whacks.
With the first half possessions for USC, you see they had the ball 7 times, punted 6 of them. And in the second half, they fumbled the first time they had the ball. 10 plays on the field goal.
On second down, short 4, sideline, a little bit too high for Gary Wellman. That's the first time tonight that Gary has had his hands on the ball. And Colorado beats Texas 27-6. And Colorado is down the road for the Illini on the 16th of September. Colorado, in the meantime, is going to Washington to play the Huskies. Also, pretty good team. Coach McCartney's got over there. John McAdoo right now, flipping through his notes, trying to find something.
Looking down the offensive game plan, trying to find something that's going to work, and maybe going into the bag of gimmicks and tricks that every offense has going into a ball game.
Third down, they need 4 whistles. Stop them. Timeout, Southern California, 10:56 to play in the final quarter.
Tim, are you standing there with the refrigerator door open?
I'm looking for the orange juice, Ma.
It's on the top shelf. And Tim, don't drink out of the container.
Orange juice. It's got the vitamins, minerals, and taste that make you feel so good.
Tim, are you still drinking from the container?
100% pure Florida quality orange juice. It makes you feel so good.
And Tim, you're not putting the container back empty, are you?
Mr. Ian McKenzie. I'm Angus McKenzie. Ian's moved down the road.
Today, with service to 175 countries,
Oh, you've been wanting Ian Alistair, Mackenzie.
UPS delivers to nearly 4 billion people,
Also for McKenzie.
including the extraordinary concentration of Mackenzies along the northeast coast of Scotland.
Mr. Ian Alistair McKenzie. No trouble finding me, did you, lad? No trouble at all.
UPS, we run the tightest ship in the shipping business.
Well, he's got over 100 yards in his collegiate debut on 11 completions. That means he's averaging right at 10 yards per play and per reception and per completion. That's not bad.
They aren't outstanding, but the best statistic is no interceptions, no turnovers.
Right. Just got wrapped up right there, though, rather decisively by number 95, Mo Gardner. Mo is 6'2", 250. He's a junior. He's from Indianapolis, and he's a heck of a football player. Now the Trojans will kick it away.
Streeter 92 and Gardner 95. Didn't have much time to think about that one.
Ron Dale, who is going to have a sore leg tomorrow because he has kicked the bunch. Both punters have really been busy. And Dale shoots this one out. Pretty well hit. Stephen Williams comes up with a fair catch call and will give the Illini good field position up at the 36-yard line. That is a 34-yard punt. 10-10 to play in a ball game. And we'll be back with more college football action between the Illini and the Trojans after a word from our ABC stations.
Sunday, from the producers of Hunter comes Thunderbolt Row.
You need $20,000? Maybe I can help you.
I'm not a drug lord. The world premiere of Thunderbolt Row, Sunday.
Come into McCoy Hargate TV. See how much fun entertainment can be.
Summer savings time at McCoy Hargate TV means huge savings store-wide. Save big on Toshiba's 19-inch color TV with total remote control, now only $2.99. Toshiba's 27-inch color TV with remote control and stereo, $6.99. We won't be undersold.
The very best prices, McCoy Hargate TV.
It's Simon Pontiac Savings Days with factory-to-dealer sales incentives like 2.9% financing or up to $1,250 factory rebates on selected models. Come see these 1989 Pontiac savings like a Le Mans Coupe for $69.90, a Grand Am SE for $13,990, a 6000 LE sedan for $11,990, a Grand Prix Coupe for $12,990, or a Bonneville LE sedan for only $14,990. The more we sell, the more you save at Simon Motors.
Don't be left hanging by slow pool construction. Call Swan Pools.
Count on the KESQ TV news people for the day's news.
Illinois now coming up on first down from their 36-yard line with Victor Boley-Williams and Darren Boyer in the backfield behind Jeff George. Double wide, bottom of the picture. George gives it away to Boyer. Boyer doesn't get a whole lot, maybe a couple of yards. Southern California, if they hold on to win this ball game, will be just 3 wins short of 600 in the school's history, and that'll make them the 9th Division 1A team to win 600.
Illinois continues to try to run on first down. That's the best down you have to throw the football.
They're going to throw here.
First, they throw most of the time. They need to move. This team ain't going to be run on.
Zipped and caught. Caught by Petratus. He's 5'9", 185. And there's Dan Owens getting up a little gingerly. Emerging from the melee along the line of scrimmage, and Dan's going to leave the ball game. That should bring J.P. Sullivan. He's normally the fellow that's designated back up at that position, number 95. Puts Randy Horde in instead. Third down. Long 2. Trojans almost jumped, got back. George roaming around looking. And it is incomplete, and there's a penalty flag. And I guess they're going to ding Cleveland Coulter for pass interference. He might have had a hand in the man's back.
There's no question that he interfered, whether it was interference or holding. He may have had a hand on his back. Coulter, number 8.
Ah, there it is.
The safety,
There it is.
the safety valve. He had his hand on the right hand. He made a nice play with his left hand. It's the right hand that got him in trouble.
Well, they disagreed. You got a split crew. They disagreed. They waved it off.
Well,
but after 91, I thought Dave Nelson said there would be no more split crew.
I don't understand that. It looked to me like he had his hand on the back. Obviously, Makovic doesn't understand it either. Gordon Reese, the official, is a Pac-10 referee. Another view of it. The bottom of your screen.
Now he's got his right arm.
His right arm. The judgment is the left hand made a nice timeout, Illinois. They obviously go think about going for it on 4th down. But did he had his hand on his right hand on his back? Did he bother him any? And obviously they felt like he didn't.
Well, the way he fell probably vindicated him, because the hand was pulled away as he went down, falling away from him. And here's a little move now. They've got Cleveland Coulter going back onto the punt. Remember, he's a sore-legged guy. I would think if, in fact, they do punt the ball here, that Cleveland may be under order. Don't you get fancy. You get out and don't get hurt again, because running around with that leg that he just had serious surgery on at the end of the season. Menkhausen, remember, is a former quarterback, too. That's how he came to Illinois, as a quarterback.
They call Coulter, his nickname is Cadillac, because he always has it in cruise control. I don't think he's a fun-loving guy. He looks like he may want to take that ball. It looked like he motioned up the left side. We got something set up the left side. They may have something up the bag. They may not go for this. This may be a fake, too. I mean, they went for it earlier.
Pretty good kick by Menkhausen, and Coulter's going to take it at the 11 with a fair catch. So he obeyed orders. Don't you be running around out there risking things. So Brian Menkhausen nails a 46-yarder, and that is the 18th punt in the ball game. And at 8.5 minutes to play in the game, it's 13-0 USC.
Listen to the heartbeat of America.
For today's work, today's world, Chevrolet will introduce more new vans in 1990 than anyone else anywhere. Nobody's winning like the heartbeat of America. Today's truck is Chevrolet.
The heartbeat of America. Today's truck is Chevrolet.
It's a little spread country. It's Glade potpourri in the spray. It's country wildflowers with a little bit of garden fruit inside.
Glade potpourri in a spray.
It's a little spread country.
Glade captures potpourri in a spray, so you can enjoy the fragrances of fresh garden blossoms, spices, and fruits for any room in your home, anytime, instantly.
Glade potpourri spray. It's a little spread country.
I'm Frank Gifford. Join us with the New York Giants head into Washington to take on the Redskins as we kick off our 20th anniversary season of ABC's Monday Night Football.
Next Monday.
Very subtle changing the guard here at the LA Coliseum this year. For the first time in 3 decades, Richard Sacco not aboard the Trojan mascot Traveler. It's got to feel kind of odd.
Well, it's different, I say that, and I'm able to see a ball game for a change.
You get to watch the game for a second. We're going to watch the game for a second here. So we watch the first play. Rick Otis, you inherit the big shoes to fill. Has the old man taught you any pointers? And I mean that affectionately, Richard.
Yeah, I think he's taught me a few, here and there, but he's kind of left a lot up to me as far as
what I want to do with it and where I want to carry it to.
Okay, well, you look good in the outfit. Best of luck this year. Don't fall off.
Thank you.
Okay. Richard, congratulations.
Emmanuel is pinned down right about the line of scrimmage by Sean Streeter, the big sophomore from Chicago. And there's the Columbia with its lights on now. What is this? Barry Kirsten, our cameraman, up there with Nick and the guys on a Labor Day weekend. That's the first sledgehammer he ever had in his hand in his life. Second down and 10. Emmanuel again trying to go left, trying to find room, and there just isn't any. And I mean to tell you that Henry Jones support at that right corner position. He was right up in the melee with Derek Brownlow.
Well, here's Brownlow right here. He's going to come up from the outside and make the play. Led the Big Ten in tackles last year. Here's one of the reasons. He's not very big, 5'9½", 5'10", but he can fill the holes.
He and Gardner on the same high school team.
Yes, they were. Indianapolis Cathedral.
I wonder if anybody scored on.
I doubt it.
Third down and 8. That's Leroy Hope. And a penalty flag. Referee threw it. Almost always Hope.
You talk about high school, Steve. Leroy Hope went to Banning High School right here in Southern California. 5 other players on this field today went to Banning.
That's what we've got next Saturday. Gary Bender, Dick Bernil, and their bunch will be up in Seattle with the Texas Aggies and the Washington Huskies. And this crowd will be in Madison, Wisconsin to see the Miami Hurricane and the Wisconsin Badgers.
Miami looks awfully good. Dennis Erickson down there was impressed not with the offense when he arrived, but with the defense. And the defense has really dominated the practice as much as the defense has dominated this game. But they've got one of the best defenses in the country, as does that man right there. But it's been his special teams that have scored the points. Offense hasn't.
10 people out there.
And he coaches the special teams. Can't get on the coach about that one.
All right, coach gets 5 here. Got to blow a timeout to keep getting dinged a penalty. This is the 19th punt coming up in the ball game. What is the record? Texas Tech Centenary in 1939. 77.
At Bic, we sympathize with the ways that you pull and stretch your face in search of a better shave. That's why we've created the Bic Metal Shaver. The patented Bic Metal stretches and smooths your skin thanks to its unique metal guard bar, so the shaver glides closely and comfortably. So instead of stretching, start reaching for a Bic Metal Shaver. It stretches your skin for a great shave, and that's no stretch.
Listen to the heartbeat of America.
Listen to the heartbeat of America. Oh, yeah.
The Chevrolet Corsica now has an affordable new hatchback, so you can get more into it and more out of it.
To the heartbeat of America.
Chevrolet. Today's Chevrolet.
I wasn't kidding about the record of punts in the NCAA being 77. Reigning in Shreveport when Tech and Centenary played. 22 consecutive plays were punts, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It was a nothing tie. Thank goodness that was before television. Oh, Dale hits one here to Bandy. And a fair catch by Stephen Williams at the Illinois 43-yard line. So now you've got 6 minutes and 35 seconds to play in the game. A 13-0 lead, Southern California. 2 touchdowns and 2 conversions. That's what the Illini need.
Here's what Southern Cal's defense did last year. Their ranking in the Pac-10. They led the total defense, rushing, scoring, second in quarterback sacks and takeaways. 10 players off of that team are back this year. That's why they're doing so well against Jeff George in Illinois, but they have at least 2 possessions to go. If they can score on both, they've got a chance.
Well, there's one completion to the tight end, Frank Hartley. He's been pretty much the big receiver so far for Illinois, and that'll pick up a first down for them as Frank got down to the Southern California 43.
Southern Cal team, 10 regulars are back, 5 all Pac-10 players, 3 All-Americans, just an outstanding defense.
There's another one. Bellamy hauls it in on the sidelines right at the marker. And a penalty flag is thrown back about where George let the ball go. It's a holding call against the Illini, so they hurt themselves with a major penalty.
Well, that'll kill you, too. Right there, you can see the body English, the body movement on George looking to the sky. We finally get something going, and we stop ourselves with a holding penalty.
Sean Wax comes in, replacing the tight end Hartley.
Holding. Offense. Still first down.
Illinois flagged 5 times 40 yards. Southern California 5 times 46. Those are final scores in the American League. Detroit beating Kansas City, and New York, the Yankees beating California. Out in the West here, that Boston-Oakland game is still underway, and Toronto is at what? I can't see that.
Chicago.
4-2 over Chicago in the 9th inning. All right, first down and 20. George runs away from the pressure. Williams after him, throws it hard, and it is incomplete, and they threw it into coverage. Scott Ross, right there, knocked it down. Can you imagine that Ross with a sore hamstring, he really doesn't want to run any distance and have to stretch it out. If he had intercepted that ball and had an opportunity to run, you know.
I'm a little surprised he's in this situation. He hasn't been in a lot during the ball game, but this is a passing situation. He's more of a run defensive linebacker. Doesn't have a lot of speed. Expect a lot of passing. You think you'd have your more mobile linebackers in there.
George drops. Good protection. Down the middle. Caught on the ricochet. It is complete. And Sean Wax, touchdown, Illinois. How do you do? 53 yards on the play. It's a ricochet touchdown off Scott Ross.
Well, here's Wax right here in the slot. He's going to come down. The ball is not intended for him. This linebacker is going to knock it, tip it like you said, and he's going to be in the right place at the right time. He's throwing it to his left. The ball is deflected. Wax says, I'm there for it. And I'll tell you, if you ask Jeff George after the ball game, he says, I was throwing it to Wax the whole way.
Sure. In for the extra point try, Doug Higgins. Oh, it snaps high, but Holder got it down, and it's good. Jason Bradusco just barely got it down. Here's another look at the touchdown.
Ball was tipped.
Well, I didn't go to bring him down. He had him. Looked like his arms are in.
Yeah, I just think he is going in the opposite direction. His body motion looked like Ross, 35, tipped it, and Wax scored it. There goes the shutout for Southern Cal.
And we got a ball game with 6 minutes to play.
We go above and beyond just like you, above and beyond what we have to do.
I'm a Prudential representative. When I talk to people about CDs and mutual funds, they're surprised at the wide range of investment opportunities I can offer.
You work hard, so do we, to make what you work for a reality. The Rock, the Prudential, above and beyond.
A legend of the East. A warrior from the West. Trained in the most lethal forms of combat.
The only way you'll find him is inside the ring, and you are not good enough! I'll get him.
Jean-Claude Van Damme. When two champions compete, only one can survive. Jean-Claude Van Damme, Kickboxer. Rated R. Starts Friday, September 8th at theaters everywhere.
The Miami Hurricanes blow into Madison to meet the Wisconsin Badgers. Or Texas A&M tackles Washington on EBC's College Football Saturday.
Well, Sean Wax, who had the longest pass completion for a score last season for the Illini, pulls in a big one here, play covering 53 yards. All they need is a touchdown and an extra point. It is clearly within reach at this juncture. Higgins kicks it off. Holmes bobbling at the 14, but cuts loose. And Calvin Holmes comes out to the 39-yard line.
Go back and take a look. That's George with plenty of time throwing over the middle. Ross, number 35, is going to get his hands on it. Linebacker's hands are taped so much he can't catch it. The ball is deflected. Wax is there. It was not intended for him. Coulter, number 8, misses the tackle. And Jeff George will take it any way he can get it. It's been a frustrating night for that man.
Aaron Emanuel is the I-back, Hope at fullback, and the Trojan right tackle, Harlow, jumps. That'll cost them 5.
Harlow is the defensive lineman that's been switched over this year. It's kind of tough when you're an aggressive defensive lineman, defensive end, to go to more passive.
False start, offense, still first down.
Passive position like offensive tackle. Coaches feel like, though, Keith, that Harlow has a future as a pro offensive tackle. He'll be a very good tackle.
Well, Emanuel is nailed short of the line of scrimmage by Sean Streeter. Lose a yard on that play. As we wind down this ball game,
we got to check these two teams out, these two defenses out later in the season. We don't have any 89 statistics on how they're going to do, but I guarantee you that these two defenses are going to be right up there, both in their conference and nationally.
Second down. Good. Brownlow got him. Ball's loose. Incomplete, they say. Really nailed it.
He did, and it was a blitz. One of the problems with Smith early on going into the game. Here's Brownlow as he's going to go back. He's going to sack him. One of the problems that Larry Smith was saying that Marinovich does not see the blitz as well as he should. He doesn't see this. Maybe it was Emmanuel, 24. Maybe he should have picked him up. Brownlow from down low, 48. The rule this year is if there's any question whether it's a pass or not, it is a pass. Is his arm coming forward? Yes. He's bringing it up to throw it. Good call.
Third down is Ricky Irvin. Hemmed in at the corner and brought down. Prison will have to punt the ball.
A play by Brownlow was a good call by Gordon Reese, the referee, but what if Brownlow would have gotten there a second earlier and hit him before he got his arm up?
20th punt coming up. Stephen Williams deep. These are numbers on Dale for the night. And this has been a career night for punting. Got a pretty good one. And he forces Williams into a fair catch call just inside the 20 on a 43-yard hanger. And that's where the Illini will go to work at the 20. Scott Lockwood, in case you have been wondering where he might be, dislocated his thumb returning a punt in the first half, and he is not now dressed. 4 minutes and 18 seconds. Now let's find out something. Some folks call it gut check time for both teams. George pass caught, drilled and caught. I mean, he threw a hummer. And it was reeled in by Howard Griffith. Up across the 25 at the 27.
No huddle.
Second down 3. To the sideline. Good. Stephen Williams, number 1, making the catch. And that's a first down.
Illinois now, offensively, the clock is not the problem. There's 3 minutes and 49 seconds to play. There's plenty of time to move it down and score. The problem is moving the ball on the SC defense.
There's your scoring summary. You can read it as well as I can. Illinois getting a ricochet touchdown. I mean, the ball bounced off the Trojan defender and into the arms of Wax, and he broke the tackle and went in for the touchdown. They run it here with Griffith, and he runs out of bounds. And he's out around the 43-yard line. It'll be second down, about 5. Clock stopped as he went out. 3:45 to play in Oregon. 13-7, USC leading. George throwing, plenty of time. Throws short. When I say throw, I mean just exactly that. He is really zipping that ball. Boyer caught it.
His backs are going downfield about 5 to 6 yards. They are more or less flare control. He's looking to throw to his wide receivers. They're covered, and he's getting it to his backs quickly with that quick release.
First down. George pass thrown away. Michael Williams was climbing his wagon, and he just dumped it.
Well, that's the thing you don't want here. You don't want to take a sack. You don't want to lose yardage. A crucial penalty here, offensive line holding or something, would really set the drive back. If you throw an incompletion, you can come back to the line of scrimmage with the next play, but don't want to take any negative yardage.
Dan Owens is back in the defensive front for Southern California. It is second down and 10. Illinois at their own 49. They trail by 6 points. 3:29 to play. Wilkins down the middle. Did he hold on? Oh, my goodness. Sean Wax took a lick and held on to the ball. I don't think he can get up anytime soon, but he does. He's a tough kid.
Goes straight up the field. He clears the short linebackers. There's an area in between them, but this is the price you pay for getting in between the seams of the linebackers and the defensive backs. It's a big play and a big catch for Wax.
Whoa, he gets busted. George now, 25 out of 40. 220 yards and a first down at the Southern California 30-yard line. George throws it away. Junior Seau is yelling for grounding, but he won't get that. You very seldom see it called in college football anymore.
There was a receiver in the area, and that's what it takes in college football. There must be a receiver in the area. The back coming out of the backfield, and the split end was in the area.
3 minutes and 15 seconds to play in the game.
Those numbers are a little deceiving. That 220 yards passing, 53 yards of it came on that deflection. Most of it's been short stuff.
Gonna try to fake the run, throw it out to Boyer. Boyer picks up 2 blocks and gets it down to about the 21-yard line. That's a play we have not seen tonight.
It's a nice play. They've been working that draw play. This time they faked it and threw a little screen. The linemen weren't out as quickly as they should have been.
And it's 3rd and 1. Boyer got it. Sayal had a hold of him, and he broke loose. And he gets a mark at the 20, good for the first down.
That's just good running by Boyer. He was hit by Sayal, as you mentioned.
Holder's shaken up, walking around, and one of the officials has taken an official time, and summoned the trainers onto the field to have a look at Calder.
Well, you got to wonder if it's his knee or if it's some other problem.
I don't think it's his leg. It doesn't look like it. Going to make him go out now. They took the time for it.
Yeah.
Got to go out for one play. As we wind down the broadcast, we'll continue our 19-year tradition of selecting a Chevrolet Most Valuable Player of the Game from each of the teams. Chevrolet donating a $1,000 scholarship to each school. We'll do that as we wind down toward the end of it, and we are getting pretty close to it. It's 2:33 to go in the game right now and running. First down, Illinois. They're trying to win it on this possession. George throws. End zone. Touchdown. Stephen Williams. Williams just floated completely free. George pumped it and hit him. And the game is tied. Now it's up to Mr. Higgins. Doug Higgins in extra points. 39 out of 41 in his career. The holder is Jason Verduzco. It's good. Now I want to tell you something. Jason Verduzco held, he's from Antioch, California. Doug Higgins has kicked the point to give Illinois the lead, and his grandpa, Ivan Pickens, played quarterback and running back at Southern California. Oh, my.
Here it is here. Williams is just going to go down, break to the outside, and then take it up. Gardner, the defensive back that's there, number 9, fights on the quick out. Watch him here. Quick out and up. Nobody else to help him. Good throw by George. And that's it.
And the Illini lead 14-13 with 2:19 to play.
When the Bass Angler Sportsman Society went fishing for an official truck, they reeled in a Chevy Astro. Rumor has it they were hooked on our superior towing power. Nobody's winning like the heartbeat of America. Here's another Chevy that really hauls on the track. Chevy Truck, the official truck of NASCAR. Nobody's winning like the heartbeat of America.
95,000 miles and no problems.
Because Quaker State exceeds every single car maker's U.S. requirements for maximum engine protection. The big Q stands for quality. Always has, always will.
If you're looking for a breakfast cereal with oat bran, you should know that Kellogg's Common Sense Oat Bran has over 60% more oat bran per serving than Cheerios. That's why Kellogg's Common Sense Oat Bran makes more sense.
Well, they waited an awful long time to finally get around to some excitement. And here it is now with 2:19 to play, and Illinois has come from a 13-0 lead in the fourth deficit in the fourth quarter to lead by 1 point.
It came from nowhere.
Nowhere is right.
That deflected pass brought some life, got the defense fired up. They stopped Southern Cal's offense and went back and got a legitimate touchdown on their own.
But 2:19's a goodly bit of time. Kick taken by Ricky Irvin. And Ricky comes back to around the 24. And it looked like the ball might have squirted out for a moment, but it's going to be Southern California's ball.
Let's go back and take a look at the touchdown. Here's Williams, the wide receiver. He sells the out pattern right there, looks back. Gardner doesn't even see him go by him, tries to grab him. Williams, you got to give him credit. He sold the out pattern. When he looked back, Gardner thought it was a quick out, went for the interception, and he got burned for the touchdown.
So here's young Todd Marinovich in the hot box. Passes away to the sideline. Simultaneous possession. If they're inbounds, will go to the offense. Marlon Washington was up there. They took one of the officials down with it, with Henry Jones battling for it, and it's Jones who comes up with it.
He's got both feet inbounds when he catches it. The defensive man, the ball slightly underthrown. He takes it away from him. He's got possession by himself.
Oh, he
has his feet on the ground, and he has an interception.
And that should do it. Unless Illinois makes a big mistake. Now, Southern California's got one timeout remaining, that's all. 2 minutes exactly. Oh, is this a big win if they can get it?
Well, you've got to look at the patience of that man, John Makovic. Smith had things going for him most of the way, except for the last 2 possessions.
From the 44.
Now he needs a turnover. Grabbing for the ball. Owens had a towel and threw it away. Let's go back and take a look at the interception. Marinovich trying to make a play, having to throw the ball into the coverage now. The ball is a little bit thrown too far to the inside. He should have thrown it more to the outside. Defensive man Jones just comes up with it. Jones had 2 interceptions last year, his first one this year.
Burning the clock. This is Boyer. He fumbles and it goes out of bounds. Illinois will keep it.
It's one of the new rules this year now. When the ball fumbles, when he fumbles it, if it goes out of bounds back beyond where he fumbled it. Take a look here as we see Calder, number 8, is going to throw a cross body block on him, and then he loses the ball. Obviously, Southern Cal wants to get it, but it's marked where it goes out of bounds because it's lost yardage. His foot hits it out of his hands.
Boyer comes out now, and Thomas goes in.
You don't want yardage as much as you just want possession on this series.
Coming up on a minute. Griffith is back in. Griffith has it. And Spears comes up to help put him down along with Chesley. And Southern California has just spent its last timeout. At 1:02 to play in the ball game. So it's 4th down for Illinois. And a punt. They have to go to the Southern California 34. The ball is sitting back at the 47. So Minkhausen, who has had 1 punt blocked, will undoubtedly be sent in at 1:02 to punt one more time. And if I were Bryant, I'd go back to the 25-yard line. Wherever I had to go, that would have Bruce to hit
Be
this
clear,
thing.
huh?
Yeah.
I think you got to go for the block. He blocked one already. The kicker is a little bit nervous because of that. I think you got to go for it.
I think you have to.
Yeah.
Minkhausen and bunker ready.
Carrier inside trying to find the crack. They can't get there. Good kick. And it's in the end zone. They come out to the 20. So he hit it. The ball was snapped at the 47 and he knocked it in the end zone. And you've got 54 seconds to play in the game. 14-13 Illinois.
You don't need a touchdown. You need 3 points, so you need to get it down around the 20-yard line. So you figure you have to go about 60 yards to give Rodriguez a chance to win,
well,
win the game.
You got Runnerstrom there now. I'm told that he's not too bad from 35, 40 yards, 45 yards. He's got the bigger leg.
Yep.
But first, they got to get it down there. And Marinovich, with pretty good protection, has it tipped at the line of scrimmage. Well, he did not see big number 96 and 92 and 95 as they were waving their arms, and it was Sean Streeter who got a piece of it, number 92.
No hard rush. Streeter just gets up and knocks the ball down. You know, Marinovich has really not done anything to hurt the ball club as far as interceptions, but he really hasn't made any plays to help him score any touchdowns either.
Throws that ball very hard behind and over John Jackson. That might be his poorest pass of the night right there. 43 seconds. It's 3rd down and 10.
This is where the one weakness of the Southern Cal team from last year, Rodney Peete. They lost their All-American, their top player. They tried to cover it up all game long, and they were pretty successful playing defense and running the football and not asking Marinovich to do anything where he's going to make any mistakes. The one interceptions earlier, now he's got to make some plays.
He's one of his last 9. That won't get him a first down. He completed it to Leroy Holt out of the backfield. But it's short of the first down, and it brings up 4th down, and you got 37 seconds to play, and here you got to go for it.
Well, there's no question you go for it.
Gary Wellman was on a fly down the field, and I'm not so sure he wasn't really cooking. I thought he was ready to break loose against Chris Green.
Yeah.
Here it is.
First down, timeout.
First down. John Jackson making the catch. John becoming the prime target here in the late going at 31 seconds. First down from the 32.
You're going to have to start throwing it downfield. You can't continue with these shorter patterns.
That's underneath Holt. Holt is held up and dropped at the 35-yard line. 20 seconds.
You got to throw the ball. You got enough. You can't stop the clock.
They have no timeout.
You got to throw the deep outs, or just let your guys run straight down the field and throw the Hail Mary.
Now they stop it. Letting the Illini were slow to get back to their side. And now they've made a change. Mel Agee comes out along the defensive front for the Illini, and I'm sure they're going to 6 backs here because it's obvious what Southern Cal got to do. 10 seconds. Down the middle, Wellman. Incomplete. 2 seconds remaining. Chris Green defending, and Chris almost came out of there with it. He got his hands on it pretty well. But he had Wellman in front of him most of that trip. On the previous trip downfield, Wellman had gotten past Green. And this is the last play of the ball game.
Well, Wellman is the fastest player on the team.
This is the last play right here. Unless they score. He lets it go as far as he can. Wellman is down there. And it's knocked away, incomplete. Illinois defeats Southern California by a score of 14-13, exploding for 14 points late in the 4th quarter. Here is the play that won the ball game for Illinois. A winning touchdown with Stephen Williams selling the defender Garner, breaking it upfield, and all alone for the touchdown as Jeff George laid it right in. Chevrolet MVPs from each team: Jeff George for Illinois and Marcus Hopkins for Southern California. George, 248 yards and 2 touchdowns. Chevrolet will donate a $1,000 scholarship to each school to assist qualified students in the pursuit of excellence in their chosen field. And so there's your final score. Illinois with a huge win, 14, Southern California 13.
The Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum, prime ticket presenting College Football 89. Tonight, the University of Southern California Trojans to host the Aggies of Utah State University. And a pleasant good evening to you. I'm Tom Kelly. This is Mike Garrett. Tonight, the Trojans and the Aggies get together, and each desperately in need of a win. The Trojans a 1-point loser to Illinois back on Labor Day evening, and last week Utah State beaten badly by cross-state rival Utah 45-10. I thought Illinois was a very good team when we saw them, Mike, yet today Colorado really took the Illini apart. I don't know what's good and what's bad, I guess.
I think Illinois is good, but Colorado is also very real, and they beat Illinois today. But before we make a judgment, we should look further down the season and see how both of them will do.
That loss to the Illini by 1 point has prompted some changes in the Trojan lineup, both offensively and defensively. Well, earlier in the week, we spent some time with Coach Smith, and he talked about the changes.
The first game is a starting point, and I don't care who produced a year ago, who was all-conference, who was all-American, who the veteran players are. You got one game to work with. Here are the guys that produced, and if a guy doesn't produce or one guy plays better than the other, then he's going to be the starter the next week, and that's really all we've done. We've taken a look at that in some spots that we didn't get good production, and up front at tackle and at guard and in the backfield at tailback and at one of our linebacker spots and in the secondary at strong safety. And those people, other people played as well or better, so they're going to start this week.
The changes resulting, Brent Parkinson and Bill Schultz will get starting spots, although Moody, along with Barnes, will see some action in the offensive line tonight. In the backfield, probably a very big change. First of all, Ricky Irvins will start at tailback in the place of Aaron Emanuel, who played well but did drop the football, remember. The big change is Marcus Hopkins stepping in for All-American Cleveland Coulter. Now, I know that Coulter's going to play tonight, but this really has to shake him up a little bit, Mike.
I think it does. It shakes the whole team up, but I don't think Larry's really kind of worried about his team. I really believe he wants to get their attention, and who knows, we'll see a good game tonight.
I would expect the football will be in the air. I think Marinovich, they're going to take the wraps off him, and Utah State's got a young quarterback by the name of Johnson, big 6'5" kid, over 200 pounds, strong arm, and I think the Aggies' best hope will be to throw that ball.
I think they will throw, but they try and complement their offense with a running game, and they have a good defense, so we'll see a good game tonight.
Indeed. We thank you for joining us. I'll remind you that College Football 89 brought to you tonight by Toyota. Whatever car or truck you choose, you'll love the quality. Who could ask for anything more? Toyota. By Coors Light, pure brewed in the Rockies, the silver bullet won't slow you down. It's the right beer now. By Great Western's family of companies with over $35 billion in assets. 100 years strong, Great Western will always be there. By Michelin, because so much is riding on your tires. And by Isuzu, the first car builders of Japan, Isuzu. To the Rose Bowl with back-to-back Pac-10 conference titles. Chuck Shelton visiting with the officials across the way. He's in the 4th year as head coach at Utah State. His teams have never played the Trojans, though the Aggies have met the Trojans 3 times down through the years and have come up losers each and every time. In his 4th season, counting the loss last week to Utah, why he is now 12-22. You can see, as I said to you, the Trojans have never lost to Utah State, going back to the days of the head man, Howard Jones, in 28-30. And, of course, Ted Tollner was coaching the Trojans in 84. All right, getting set to kick off will be Runnerstrom for the Trojans, who won the toss and elected to pass, giving the ball to Utah State, and the Trojans will have it thus to start the 3rd quarter. We'll check the deep men for you as Runnerstrom is set to go. Newman will be one of those, and back there with him, Moore to this, the near side, and Newman to the far side. The kickoff is in the air and relatively deep, and it's coming to Moore. 5 and the 10, and straight up at the 15, the 20, and down he goes at about the 22-yard line. Hartsacker was one of those down there, along with Barber, to make the stop. And now coming on the field after a 19-yard return, the Aggies to set up at their own 22, and coming on to take over at quarterback is Kirk Johnson. He's a 6'5", 220-pound strong-armed sophomore out of Turlock, California. Brings the Aggies to the line of scrimmage. He's 5 of 17, no touchdowns, no interceptions. First down at the 22 for Utah State. That's Jenkins in motion. Passing, complete. Caught upfield by Moore. Check it, it was Newman on the reception and not Moore. And the rest of the people in the backfield, Brett Payne is in at the halfback spot, Richardson at fullback. Moore, Newman, and Jenkins, as they are used wide receivers rather than a tight end. And offensively up front, Dan Hill, a veteran at tackle, anchors the line. This got Silva, Ketzer, along with O'Banion, Stevens. No tight end. Second down, the ball is at the 33-yard line. Pass thrown, intended for Moore, incomplete. SC defensively has Tim Ryan as the defensive tackle, the All-American. Crugier in at the nose tackle. Dan Owens is the other defensive down lineman. Scott Ross anchors the linebackers with Williams and Chesley. They are the leading tacklers defensively, and Junior Seau. And there's Marcus Hopkins starting tonight in the place of Cleveland Coulter, Garner Spears, and the All-American Mark Carrier, the balance of the backfield. It's second down and 10 at the 34. Backs are split. Johnson's pass over the middle intended for Moore is incomplete. Check it. Jenkins was the intended receiver, and that is incomplete as Seau and Owens were in quickly on the Utah State quarterback. So, Mike, they are not going to run the football. They're going to throw it.
Without a tight end, it's very difficult to do that, so they elected Kirk Johnson to throw the ball. Trojans were trying to put a rush on him.
Third down for Utah State. Ball at the Aggie 34. Long count by Johnson. Big rush by SC, and they sack him and drop him back inside the 25. Led by Junior Seau. They buried Johnson back at the Aggie 25, and it'll be a fourth and kicking situation. High fives all the way around.
One of the things the Trojans have to do in a passing game is give pressure. Junior Seau beats the tackle and comes and hits Kirk Johnson from behind. Good play. Trojans has the momentum so far.
So in to punt the ball is Carlson. Gets off a pretty good punt. Holmes with it, carries it over the 45 to the 47. Brought down there after a 37-yard punt and a 9-yard return. And now Todd Marinovich comes on as the Trojans take over with very good field position, their own 47-yard line. 6'4", 210, the freshman out of Balboa, Capistrano Valley High School. At the Trojan 47, first and 10. Backs are split. Marinovich to throw.